Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
Man, what's goody, man? It's your boy, Mr. OK Izzy, coming back at y'all again with another one, the Whole Face Part 22. Okay, guys? The Whole Face Part 22. And we here, man. We here, god damn it, we here, okay, guys? Okay. The Whole Face Part 22. Look at the title, guys. It says Modern Woman Promiscuity Leads to Bad Life Choices / Whole Phase Part 22. That's how it's going to be titled from now on, guys. We're going to put the whole phases and the parts on the end, on the back end, and we're going to put on the front end actually what we're talking about as far as what we want to bring out with these modern women. Now, this is a vast subject, guys. This is a very vast subject, okay? This is something that needs to be talked about. And I'm one of the only motherfuckers on YouTube doing a motherfucking whole stage video breaking down the promiscuity of these motherfucking bitches. Suspicious. Okay?
You don't find that suspicious?
I'm one of the only ones doing that. You got other fucking quote unquote red pill channels teaching you how to get money so you can fuck these same bitches.
Stop it.
They teaching you how to make money, go to the gym, get muscles and all that shit so you can fuck the same bitches who I'm telling you is going to be a hoe for you. She's going to be a promiscuous bitch. She's going to be a thought. She's going to be a hoe. But you got red pill motherfuckers teaching you how to raise up your level to deal with these women. Okay, boom. Ain't nothing wrong with learning how to deal with these women, but it's something wrong with you rising yourself up for these women. Okay? Would you go to college and get a degree in STEM so you could work at McDonald's? Would you do that?
Get some help.
No, you won't do that because you know you're worth more than that. So why in the fuck are these men teaching you how to rise yourself up money-wise, strength-wise, status-wise, just so you can deal with a 304?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah, we calling y'all out too, passport brothers. Without further ado, guys, let's get into these videos real quickly, man, because I ain't got time to play with y'all tonight. I don't got time. We got Zone in the building. We got BT in the fucking building. We got other people in the building as well. Let's get right on into it, guys, because we ain't finna play. We ain't gonna wait time. We ain't gonna play around with it. Okay. All right, so this is the first video that we finna talk. This is the first one we're gonna talk about. All right, this is on World Star. She said she real for this or not. Chick explained what she does with her cooch before hooking up with the next man. Okay, now that's a red flag right there. Why are you telling us what you're doing with your coochie before you link up with the? Oh, okay, you a 304. My bad, guys. This is a 304, and they have no shame. They're gonna tell y'all everything that's going on today with their vagina, with their promiscuity, whatever the case may be, because we live in a gynocrat. We live in a system where women are incentivized to be comfortable saying and doing the things they do, even though we know damn well they ain't comfortable doing it. Let's listen to this motherfucking 304.
Is it weird that I taste my own coochie before I have intercourse just to make sure that my coochie tastes good for the nigga that's finna eat it? I'm just saying. Am I the only one?
God damn.
Chat, y'all tell me, is that weird or not? Let's run that back one more time. Let's run it back one more time. One more time.
Is it weird that I taste my own coochie before I have intercourse just to make sure that my coochie tastes good for the nigga that's finna eat it? I'm just saying. Am I the only one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
How about preserving and washing your coochie? How about doing that? How about preserving and washing your coochie and keeping your pH balance and not fucking around? How about doing that? That's you ain't got to do all that when you do that. Oh, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You around here fucking everybody. And you think because you do that, you reach down in your pants and you taste your vagina, and if it don't taste bad, then you good to go. Guys, y'all see what's going on, man? Y'all see
Bloody
what the
fuck
fuck
you,
going on?
bloody fucking mother, bloody fuck bitch.
Listen, ladies, especially with a man of value, if you dealing with a man of value or anything like that, and you got to reach down there and lick your own fucking twat to figure out if the shit stink or it tastes weird or not, you shouldn't be fucking. You should be cleaning. Okay, you should be
The truth
cleaning up that fucking
is big,
that
baby.
pussy. You ain't got no business fucking if you got to reach down there and come on, guys. I'm gonna play it back for y'all one more time. Okay.
Is it weird that I taste my own coochie before I have intercourse just to make sure that my coochie tastes good for the nigga that's gonna eat it? I'm just saying.
You don't find that
Am I the only one?
suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Well, yeah, I find it very suspicious that. So you mean to tell me I'm coming to your crib and I'm about to beat that coochie up, and before I come through, instead of taking a shower and instead of taking care of yourself, you got to reach down there to see if your shit tastes good or not. Oh, I get it. You're so dirty that even when you get out of the shower, that coochie still stink. That coochie still fucking stink. Yeah, that cooch still stink. Even when you can get a fucking sponge from the guy that you could buy a new sponge and scrub that thing down. That shit still stink, baby girl. That coochie still stink because of how you're not taking care of yourself. Mr. Goodbread talks about this all the time. Mismanagement. You are not managing your pussy. Your pussy is like a vehicle, baby girl. Okay, how many miles you gonna put on that? How often do you get a car wash? Huh? How many passengers then jumped in your car? How often do you put gas in your motherfucking car, baby girl? Huh? Oh yeah, we gonna talk about it today. Yeah, that's weird as fuck, man. Ladies, that is not a flex. It ain't no flex for you to have to reach down, touch your coochie, lick your coochie to make sure the shit clean. That is not a flex, man. Now, this video right here is a mother. This is Blueface's mom talking about how big. You know what? Let me let her talk about it, and I want y'all to goddamn assess it with me. Let's go. Let me let her talk about it, cause oh boy.
I don't mind if y'all say stay out his business. I don't mind if you say weird stuff. Just don't be saying the stuff about I want to sleep with him. That's just going too far, okay? I got my own dick over here, and it's bigger than my son's dick, okay? So we gonna get that on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Got my own dick over here, and it's bigger than my son's dick, okay? So we gonna get that all cleared up.
This is Blueface mama, y'all. This is Blueface's mother talking about. I'm gonna let her say it again one more time. I'm gonna let her talk. I'm gonna let her say it.
I don't mind if y'all say stay out his business. I don't mind.
Oh yeah, this is your hell of a mom that think because my son is rich and she thinks she the reason why he rich. So she gets to walk around and misbehave. She gets to mismanage her behavior. Grown ass woman acting like she's a motherfucking young 304 out here. A grown ass woman, and she doing it. Why? Because she raised her son. She's the reason why he got rich. She's the reason why he got millions. So she thinks she's incentivized to have this
You don't
behavior.
find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I'm gonna let her talk. I'm gonna let her talk because y'all gonna bash me. I'm gonna let her say it.
I don't mind if y'all say stay out his business. I don't mind if you say weird stuff. Just don't be saying the stuff about I want to sleep with him. That's just going too far, okay? I got my own dick over here, and it's bigger than my
Your mom's a hoe.
Okay.
Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's
Don't get that all cleared up for y'all. And if y'all need me to post that D so that y'all know what I'm working with over here, you know I ain't got a problem with it. I will go home and get it up for you right.
And you know what's the shame about this whole situation? She's comparing the dick that she sucks and fucks at the house. That's her boyfriend, not her husband. She comparing that to her son's D. So what she's essentially doing is bringing her son's name in it for clout, because she could have easily just went live and talked about who she's fucking, but instead she had to compare it with her son's
You don't
D.
find that
and
suspicious?
and
You don't find that
right.
suspicious?
And then she had to continue talking about, oh, if y'all want me to show it to y'all, I can. She clout chasing, guys. She clout chasing, okay? She clout chasing. And this is what you get from your hoes, okay? When you're a comfortable hoe, 304, then you grow up doing things like this. See, 30, like, women think their children are scapegoats. My son is successful. I have kids, so I'm a great mother and I work hard and I try. That don't take away from the fact that you're a motherfucking hoe, okay? That don't take away from the simple fact
Your
that you're a
mom's a
damn
hoe.
304.
Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's
So just because you behaving like this because you're a grown woman doesn't take away from the fact that you are equivalent to a 304, no matter what age she is. I don't care what age she is.
You know I ain't got a problem with it. I will go home and get it up for you right now and post you a nice little pic. Calm down. They can go first or last. I know how to drive and talk. I know I'll be doing this. Y'all
This
know what
bitch
y'all not
driving while
going to
she,
be saying.
so she felt very important. Like, I'm driving, I got somebody in the passenger seat. Nigga probably scared as fuck because she too busy looking at the camera while she driving. He telling her to chill out, and this alpha ass woman want to tell her, oh, I know how to drive and talk. Relax, chill out. I know how to do this.
Y'all know what y'all not going to be saying. What y'all not going to ever be saying is that I will post my shit for you on here.
Look at her, man. She just proud. They just proud of. They just so proud and so, you know, unforgiving about what the hell they got going on. Okay, it's sad that we have to live in this type of society. Us men have to live in a society where women are able to go out here, be promiscuous thoughts, and have kids. And these kids are main black women, that is, mainly raised up under these black women who are incentivized to be hoes. How do you think these kids are grown? How do you think they're raised? How do you think these children are raised when you got nothing but 304s, hoes running around proud as hell, happy as hell to be hoes, grown as a motherfucker, don't want to teach no young girls not to do. Okay, put it like this, guys. You have a whole, I love to give this example. You got a dude that's been in the streets for 10, 15 years and killed people, robbed people, then sold crack and all that shit. What do you think it would be good for him to teach his son or teach younger people to do the same thing that he did? You think it'd be cool to do that? So why is it cool for women to go around being hoes, growing up as hoes, having children, and teaching young 304s that it's okay to
You don't
be
find
that?
that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Why is that okay? Why is that so normalized today, huh? I could tell you why it's normalized. It's because of the weakening of the family order. They talk about the patriarch, they talk about the matriarch. They claim the patriarch is slavery, and they claim the matriarch is feminism and it's freedom and it's choice and it's this and it's that. So when you have a society that's incentivized to dedicate themselves to the matriarch and not the patriarch, then you get shit like this. You get women who run around here, walk around here acting that way.
The top three factors.
Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button on your way in. Hit that subscription button, notification bell. Let's get the fuck in, guys.
Femininity, loyalty, and peace.
Before I get into this, I want to read what B Turner said. He said Blueface mama definitely probably used to put cigarettes out on that nigga Blueface back growing up. Shaking my head. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We got the bell in the motherfucking building. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Peace. And obviously, oh wait, obviously not high body count. Can't be run through. Femininity, loyalty, and peace. And obviously, oh wait, obviously not high body count. Can't be run through. But that's a standard.
Nah, it's only three.
But that's always in there. So that's why it doesn't like. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So okay. So say that again. Which are the top three?
Yeah. So femininity, loyalty, and
can't be run through.
Yeah, we'll just use that one. Yeah, can't be run through.
Can't be a 304.
Can't be a 304. Can't have a high
Can't
mileage.
be a 419.
What's 419?
What?
Oh, what F boy?
Same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
You see what I'm saying, God? These women always do the same. They always do that. They make the grave mistake in soon as you call them out, they're 304 nature, or as soon as a man tells you what he's interested in a woman, you switch it like, oh, what about a man that's a fuck boy?
You don't
What about
find that
him?
suspicious?
What you need to do is stop it, ma'am, okay?
Get some help.
Because the thing is this, you're dealing with a minority of men who are fuckboys, who do derogatory things to you. Women give sex, men get sex, guys, okay? So for him to get sex, you have to give it to him. Why are you giving all these fuckboys your pussy and then comparing these fuckboys to what men look at as virtuous women? Why are you doing that? So when a man says, I want a virtuous woman, I want a virgin, I want a hoe I want a female who's not out here, I don't want a hoe. Why, when a man says that, does a woman try to reverse the roles and say, well, a man is having sex out here too? What's the difference? The difference is, ma'am, you ladies give sex. Women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. So we don't give relationships to hoes. And hoes don't give pussy to men that they are not attracted to. So the men that you give your vagina to, which are derogatory, you bunch up in one little ball and you put all men into that. Whereas men can go out and have sex with hoes, and we still don't compare them hoes to what virtue should be. You don't see men running around here saying, oh, well, men are having sex too, so I should be able to wife a hoe. We don't say that because we don't want to wife a hoe. Okay? We don't want to wife a hoe. Ladies, stop doing that. If a man tells you straight up that I want a virtuous woman, that's what he wants. Stop challenging us because we want a woman who everybody doesn't have access to.
304.
Can't be a 304. Can't have a high
Can't
mileage.
be a 419.
What's 419?
What?
Oh, what F boy?
Same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. One person makes money, the other person gets run through on her back.
It's the same thing.
It's not. How can someone out there making money be the same as you out there open up your legs to random men?
What if you're getting paid for it though?
That makes your whole.
Oh Lord!
Oh, escort vibes?
Oh no! I'm just saying, like, what's the difference?
What do you mean?
So if you get, so you see what I'm saying, guys? So if you fucking getting
You don't
paid
find
for it,
that
it's cool,
suspicious?
ma'am. Women think because they get paid for sex that it's equivalent to a man getting sex. Stop it. Blue Gotti TV in the fucking building. What's going on with you? He says there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. And I'm going to give you this right here.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do they say? What do they say? What do they say? Is this not the truth? Have I not been saying this? Do y'all not see this? What is this?
Ain't no such thing as that. No such thing as that. Also says, all praise to the Most High. You already know what time it is, man. You know what time it is.
Sorry.
What's the
It's the same thing.
It's not. How can someone out there making money be the same as you out there open up your legs to random men?
What if you're getting paid for it though?
That makes your whole.
Oh Lord!
Oh, escort vibes?
Oh no! I'm just saying, like, what's the difference?
What do you mean?
Sorry.
What's the difference?
There's a big difference. Okay.
So
No.
Between escort vibes.
No. Let her explain.
I'm just saying, like, if you're calling like a girl with a high body count of whore,
yeah,
what's the difference between if she's getting paid for it then?
because okay, cool. So one person knows what they are and they're getting paid for it, and the other person is lying to who they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Doing it for free.
doing it for free. So in actual fact, and it's So,
ma'am, the difference is you're a prostitute, okay? When you're not getting paid to fuck all these types of men, you a hoe. When you're getting paid, you're a certain type of hoe, and it's called a fucking prostitute.
Bloody fuck you, bloody fucking mother, bloody fuck bitch.
yeah,
Doing it for free.
doing it for free. So, in actual fact, and it's so the thing I say, right? A lot of girls say body count doesn't matter until you ask them what their body count is, and then all you hear is crickets.
Right.
So I'm saying to you. Or the other one is, how many bodies before you think you're a hoe?
But why does that matter to you?
Because men don't want a
Answer the
woman that's
fucking
been run
question.
through. And because men, the thing about, okay, so in order for me to sleep with women,
Yeah.
I have to have something about me. We'll just listen to this whole podcast about people having to have some type of thing about them. This includes.
Are you sick of having
Let's
issues
get it.
with
Let's
your
get it,
webinars,
guys.
wasting tons of
Come on,
time
come on, come
on
on, come on, come on.
troubleshooting
Let's go,
with
let's go.
attendees?
Have something about me. We'll just listen to this whole podcast about people having to have some type of thing about them. This includes money. This includes being 6'2". This includes all these other things, right?
Yeah.
Status. In order for you, in order for you to sleep with men, all you have to do is go on your Instagram and say I'm lonely, and automatically you're gonna get men that are gonna want to approach you. Every
Not
single.
necessarily.
Not every
Whoa,
girl.
whoa, okay, wait, hold on a
Not
second.
every girl.
Oh, okay. Not every girl, but every single girl in this room.
Hey, what you mean, not every girl? Yes, any girl could go online and just give sex, and they going to get sex.
The truth, it's big,
I
baby.
hate when they do that. Oh, not every girl, not this, not that. Most of y'all do it. Look at all y'all bitches on the fucking podcast. Legs crossed, titties out, all types of shit. Somebody will fuck y'all tonight. Hell, I'll fuck one of these goddamn.
And automatically you're gonna get men that are gonna want to approach you. Every
Not
single.
necessarily.
Not every
Whoa,
girl.
okay, wait, hold on a
Not
second.
every girl.
Oh, okay, not every girl, but every single girl in this room, if they went on their social media and they said, I'm feeling lonely tonight, who will come round and look after me? Or in actual fact, I'm feeling scared, who, you know, your DMs will be
Well,
popping.
why would you do that?
Hold, no. I'm not saying you would
No,
do.
but some girls do it for attention.
No, I'm not saying you would do it, but I'm giving you a metric
Okay,
to go by,
Get
right?
some help.
So I'm saying that's how easy it is for you to get men that want to
Right.
come round. If I do that, people are gonna ask for my Instagram to get shut down.
The truth,
And that's the difference, right?
It's
In order
big,
for me
baby.
to sleep with 10 high quality women, I need to have something about me. I need to have money. I need to have status. I need to have something. In order for you to sleep with 10 men, all you have to do is say, sleep with me. And that's the difference. So you have to, men control access to relationships, women control access to their
Talk your
body, right? And
shit.
sex,
That's
right?
a
So in order for
motherfucking.
you,
That's the truth. I just said it. Talk to these motherfucking dumb bitches, man.
men control access to relationships, women control access to their body, right? And sex, right? So in order for you to get men, all you have to do is just open your legs, and we have to have some value to us. And that's why it's more important for you to protect what you have, because a woman that opens her legs to many people is just
You have no decrease in value.
of course you do. What item gains value the more you use it?
Talk shit.
No, but same
Okay,
way,
so if it's your
same
birthday-
way
wait,
a girl
wait.
doesn't want a guy that sleeps with all girls.
That's you better stop it, man.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Fam, when I was 15, I'm gonna tell you, I told this story. When I was 15, I was talking to a girl I was 16 and she was 15. And she told me she was a virgin or whatever. And she told me she don't want a dude that don't got experience. She would rather fuck a dude that actually does have experience, even though she never
You
had
don't find that
sex.
suspicious.
Don't let these ladies lie to you. They love men with experience. They call you lame. They call you boring. They call you all types of names when you don't have experience. That's why they want you to have experience. I could tell you another story. When I was like 19, 20, I'm in a room with a female playing with her, everything good. And you know what she told me? Because I didn't try to have sex with her immediately. She said, "Is you scared?" I say, "God damn, okay, boom." I beat that pussy up. And guess what happened after that? The girl called me a pookie. She said, "Oh, I just used her for her vagina." Women love men with experience, and they will demand that out of you. Don't listen to what she say. Pay attention to their actions.
What item gains value the more you use it?
No, but same
Okay,
way,
so if it's your
same
birthday-
way
wait,
a girl
wait.
doesn't want a guy that sleeps with all girls and entertain all
Can I
girls.
just say one thing?
Same way a guy
Stop it.
doesn't want a girl that entertains entertains hella
I
guys.
hear you, but the thing is that most women like men that other women like, so that goes with the territory. It really goes with the territory.
You have to grow as a woman. Like, you're very young.
And another thing is, think about this, a lot of times when guys enter relationships, when guys are single, a lot of times they find it hard to get girls, stuff like that. And when they get a relationship, oh, now all these girls, the girls will know the guys in a relationship,
And they want them more.
Exactly.
They want them more.
There you go.
Because they can't have
married men. Married. It's easy for married men to cheat. It's very easy.
Yeah, but have some self-control.
Yeah, but that's not. But no, but the point is, you're trying to
Get
say
some
that women don't like guys if they've slept around or whatever. That's not true. Women don't really care, bro.
No,
Really.
they care. So
care.
some women care. You're not gonna want a guy that entertains every girl. That's in every girl's life.
Okay.
But now you switch it. You pushing the envelope and you switching it. You want a man with experience who can fuck all the girls, but when you lock him down, you try to control him. That's why you don't want him to entertain other girls.
It's big, baby.
You want to control him, but the thing is this, baby girl. If you're going to give him that vagina, if you're going to give him full access, know who you're dealing with. And the guy that you're dealing with, you don't control him. I don't give a damn if he simps for you. You cannot control that man. This is why ladies pick wrong. They pick the wrong guys, and then they display every man as the guys that they pick. Oh, yeah.
I want a guy.
Oh, yeah, this is a 3-0. You're looking at a 3-0 for wig wearing diva. You feel me? This is in the UK. Wig wearing regular black woman, wig wearing diva, fluffy ass eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We could read the context clues right now.
Care. So some women care. You're not gonna want a guy that entertains every girl. That's in every girl's life.
Okay.
That's sleeping with every guy.
Okay.
I mean, every girl. The same way a guy wouldn't want that.
It's
You know what I
not the
mean?
same. Okay.
Maybe some women are different, but some women don't want that.
Okay.
Well, I don't want.
If that's the case, if that's the case, all of these guys, all of the guys that you've aired, all the guys that you don't consider, why haven't you taken one of these guys?
Because I don't want them.
But why don't?
And I'm allowed to have an option.
No.
An opinion.
Here we go.
An option.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm allowed to have it. If I don't want you, I don't want you.
Of course.
I don't want to waste your time.
No, we understand.
I'm answering his question.
No, but
answering his question.
But those are the guys.
I don't want to waste the guy's time. Same way, like you wouldn't want your time.
Stop doing, ma'am. This is what I need y'all to stop doing, ladies.
Get some help.
When you are explaining your nature, stop comparing yourself to a man. The same way a man do this, then a woman do that. The same way a man do this, what it does is it takes away from the facts and the argument that we're having when it comes to the whole phase. It takes away from that. Cut that shit out. When we speak on your nature, ma'am, we want you to speak on your nature as well. We want you to expound on your nature. Stop bringing men into your nature when you're explaining your shit.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm saying you are picking the men that can get loads of other men.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Just head out my face.
I don't want to waste the guy's time. Same way, like you wouldn't want your time wasted.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm saying you are picking the men that can get loads of other men. The men which will actually treat you good, you air them every single day. You do not see them. So every time women are talking about all
Are you speaking for me?
No, I'm speaking for all the women that air the good men. And
Yeah, no, it's true. How do you know they're good men?
Wait,
though?
hold on a second. You don't give them a chance. Let me speak.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Stop talking.
Wait.
One voice.
Listen, you're doing the same thing. You don't give good men the chance. You don't even give a good man the chance to speak and put you on some game because this is what you women do. Listen to me for a second, right? Cool. The only men that you see are the Chads and the Tyrones, these top 20% of men that get all the girls, So when you women talk about, we care about men that slept around. If you really cared about men that slept around, you wouldn't get the guy that can get 5 chicks at one time and you make you an option. If you went to all these guys that you walk past every single day, all the guys that, I don't want him, why would I want him? These guys might have potential, but you've never given them a chance because all you care about is Chad and Tyrone. Then when you link Chad and Tyrone, they move like how Chad and Tyrone move and they keep it as an option. And then all these men do is run up your body count and make you girls more unagreeable. Do you know why you become more unagreeable?
Why?
Because you don't get what you want. These men beat you and leave and run up your mileage.
What do they say? What do truth? Have I not been saying this? Did y'all not see this? What did it say? Didn't he just read it? Right, exactly. Haven't I been telling the truth? What did it say? Is it saying that I'm up here lying to you?
Then when you link Chad and Tyrone, they move like how Chad and Tyrone move, and they keep it as an option. And then all these men do is run up your body count and make you girls more unagreeable. Do you know why you become more unagreeable?
Why?
Because you don't get what you want. These men beat you and leave you and run up your mileage. And that's all that happens. Then all they do is, by the time you meet a guy that actually cares about you, you've dealt with a lot of these guys, and now you're speaking to this guy like,
Fried,
you know,
bro. You're fried.
you're like, I don't trust guys. I got trauma.
And that's called emotional damage.
So now,
right, and then one of the main examples I can give y'all is a woman will deal with a Chad and Tyrone, fuck him on the first night, and tell you, oh no, I wasn't really feeling him like that. I already knew it was going to be just a one night thing, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. But when she meets the guy, she claims that she's feeling, and he's doing all the right things, taking her out on dates, etc., etc. She make him wait for the
You don't find that suspicious?
She make him wait for
You
the
don't
goddamn
find that
pussy.
suspicious?
Okay, and that's what happens. Men see this, ladies. We're not on that. If that's what type of woman you are, and if that's what type of female you want to become or be, just understand repercussions come after that. Salute to my boy, Mr. Goodbread in the building. He says salute, squad. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I ain't get a notification. You know I'm shadow banned on here, man. We got Okay, Let's Talk TV coming up very soon. He also says on that thumbnail, appreciate you, Goodbread. B Turner says, me personally, I would never be on a show debating modern women. I get you, B Turner. I get you. Well, guess what? I will.
You're like, I don't trust guys. I got trauma.
And that's called emotional damage.
So now I've met you now, yeah, and I'm the good guy, and I've seen you for all the potential that you are, but already you're not trusting me. You're going through my phone. You're trying to look for...
because you're traumatized.
No, but that's because you dealt with Chad and Tyrone.
That's why.
That has nothing to do with me.
Okay, the reason why I wouldn't want a guy who's got like a massive high body count if we do go into a marriage is because, let's say we get married now, people aren't going to be happy for us. You start
Who cares
seeing
about what people think?
you start seeing side chicks coming out from left, right, and center. People that he slept with before saying that this, that.
Okay, and that's the guy see. This is the guy that you're picking.
Get some help.
He just told you that you ladies are picking men who have sex with see, okay, guys, they're the men that these dumb bitches is trying to lock down. They're meeting them on yacht parties. They're meeting them on Instagram. They meeting them outside. They not meeting them at fucking Kroger's. They friend zoning the dudes that holler at them at Kroger's, etc., etc. They meeting these guys at concerts. They're able to have sex with these guys. These guys might feel them a little bit, and then these women try to control these men. And these men, they trap them. And then they explain what's going on. Oh, he got side bitches. He got this and that. You was a side bitch too. You was a goddamn side bitch too.
It's big, baby.
Well, what did you do? You trapped them. And this is what these women do. You're speaking for a minority. Everybody ain't got side bitches. Every man don't got side pieces. They can't. Most men don't got game. Most men don't got all the money. And most of you women want men that have game and got money. Most men ain't got that. You hypergamous deal with a 20% of men. You guys have babies with a lesser percentage of that. And then you talk to the men in the world like we are the ones who you've dealt with. You better stop it now.
Get some help.
You better stop it.
Trying to ruin the relationship because they're us. You start
Who cares
seeing
about what people think?
you start seeing side chicks coming out from left, right, and center. People that he slept with before saying that this, that, trying to ruin the relationship.
So what about you?
So exactly.
What about me?
What about the men that you slept with before?
No, I'm just saying that's a possibility because girls, as you said before, girls get jealous when they want the same guy that you had before in the past. So it's much easier for a girl to come out of nowhere, or people that he slept with before who are still emotionally attached to the man to come out and be like,
Well, I think that's equal. I think guys from the past can come out as well.
Don't you think it's worse?
It's not as often.
I don't see why. Oh, it's only especially women will come out to.
No, I'm
up.
just
Guys
saying
can
like
mess it up as well. What do you mean?
The truth.
no, but I'm just saying
It's
like
big, baby.
for women it's different because they get emotionally attached to a man when they have sex.
Yes, they do.
So with a guy, you
Not
can,
every time. But
Exactly. You just busted
OnlyFans
your own
models
bubble.
are they?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see what.
much easier for a girl to like come out of nowhere or people that he slept with before who are still emotionally attached to the man to come out and be like,
Well, I think that's equal. I think guys from the past can come out as well.
Don't you think it's worse?
It's not as
equal.
often.
I don't see.
It ain't equal. Women be getting emotionally attached. Women will fuck 10 guys and then want to lock down one of the dudes because he putting it down right. He got the money, etc., etc. Make her feel some type of way. So it's not equal, family. It definitely is not equal.
Stop it.
These women
Get
is out
some
here
help.
becoming 304s and falling in love with somebody and think their 304 nature is going to get that man. That's what they think.
Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
See why? Oh, it's only especially women will come out to.
No, I'm
up.
just
Guys
saying
can
like
mess it up as well. What do you mean?
no, but I'm just saying like for women it's different because they get emotionally attached to a man when they have sex.
Yes, they do.
So with a guy, you
Not
can
every time. But
not every
I hear
time.
you. Not.
but-
I hear.
As many of you know, I was just banned.
Okay. We're not done yet, though. We ain't done yet. We are not done yet, guys. We got another one for y'all. Hey, I promise. I make sure y'all hitting that like button, man. I promise. I hope y'all doing that. Let's go to this one. Oh, let's get into this one. I did this before, but it was just a pre-record. I wanted to revisit this one right here. Okay, 3 black bitches on the panel. Let's get in. The title of this video says, "Is a hoe phase necessary?" And that's a damn good question. That is a motherfucking damn good question. Check. Is a hoe phase necessary? Do y'all think it's necessary? For a female, do you think a hoe phase is necessary, essential for her growth? Put it in the chat, man.
What up, guys, and welcome to another episode of For the Girls, brought to you by Relationship Restored. Today, we are talking about a hoe phase.
Woo.
So let's jump right on into it. Let's talk about
Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe.
Who wants to start? I'll
Let's
start.
go.
So, okay. I struggle with the term. I struggle with it. And I was telling you about this earlier. I just feel like the word hoe phase is like, it's outdated.
Why do all of them start
You don't
off
find
like
that
that?
suspicious? You don't
Stop.
find that suspicious?
Stop trying to change what the term is. It's outdated. If you a hoe, use a hoe. That's it. If you do, men didn't create the hoe stage. Women created that. Your hoe stage is your hoe stage. But I guess because today they want to normalize the hoe stage, they want to make it seem like it's, just what every woman should go through. They don't like the term anymore because they want it to seem moral or
You
some
don't
shit
find
like
that suspicious?
They want that shit to seem moral. Oh no, it ain't going down like that today.
Like I just feel like it's unnecessary, and it takes away from what it is. To me,
what?
When you say the word hoe, it almost is negative. And then when you say the word phase, it gives it like a time limit, a beginning to an end. When I really think it is an exploratory time in your life. And it could have a beginning, it could have an
Exploratory meaning you're exploring yourself. Do I make it up, man? Do I make that shit up? I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to explore myself. So now you want to talk like it's intellectually explanatory. Oh, it's an exploratory time in my life. It's a whole phase, ma'am. Okay? Your mom's a hoe.
Your mom's a hoe.
Use a bitch from the street.
From the streets.
That's it. Like we ain't gonna change it. Men dictate that. I don't understand where these ladies get off trying to redefine what men defined. Stop it.
Regulatory time in your life. And it could have a beginning, it could have an end, it couldn't. So I feel like when you put
maybe you
right, I just feel like it kind of when you say, oh, she's going through a hoe phase.
Okay.
It's almost a little judgy to that person.
What?
Now I'm not sitting here and saying I didn't have a hoe phase because I'm sure we're gonna get into that.
What?
But for me,
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What the fuck is this bitch talking
here and
about?
saying I
man?
didn't have a whole phase because I'm sure we're gonna get into that. But for me, I just feel like it's.
Are you a YouTuber?
Come on, YouTube, stop
Here's how
with
you
it,
can
man.
grow your YouTube following. Even
Let's
if
get
you
it, guys.
It's an exploratory time that men and women should both go
What
through.
what the
And I
hell
feel-
you talking about, men and women? Why
Stop
every fucking hoe
Get some help.
gotta bring a man in her shit? Stop that, ladies.
time that men and women should both go through.
Mm.
And I feel like you go through many different exploratory. I am struggling with that word.
I mean, it's a hard word to
Exactly, 'cause
say.
it don't
You're
make sense,
exploring, all right, at different moments in your life when you're single, when you're married, when you're a mother. And this particular phase that we're talking about is clearly the single one, right? So I think when you put the word hoe on front of it and then phase, you're like, well, from January 2007 to May 2008.
Now I want y'all to understand something. This is Womanese in front of y'all. The question was, what is a hoe phase? And already we 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the video, hasn't explained it, victimized herself, and she's trying to redefine that word so it can sound good, even though she just said she went through the hoe phase.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
But don't worry, we're gonna let her talk for more than 3 minutes, and I promise to God she gonna lie. And we're gonna pickpocket it.
Was in my hoe phase.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what started it? What ended it? And what happened during that time? Like on freaking March 15th, 2008, did you end this phase? No. Like I feel like there's ebbs and flow in your life.
Yeah.
And
Don't know what that means.
these phases are very important and they make you who you are. So
The
I
whole
struggle with
being a hoe makes you who you are. Got you.
the term hoe phase. I know what it means and I am not against it, but I feel like when we say the words hoe phase, it can sometimes come off judgy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Stop
I
it.
don't mind the term. I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. But I definitely think that this time in your life is just a time for you to
Facts only. Before this dumb 304 talk, you better say, bitch, trying to think of substitute words for phase. Shaking my head. You see what they do, guys? If okay, so just think about it. They try to compare it to men. You don't see men trying to be shamed about that. A man will gladly tell you he having sex with multiple women. I just ran through this girl, ran through that girl. Man, oh man. And a man will even step back or whatever the case may be, but he won't be shamed about it. But what does she do? She got to find substitute words and she got to try to switch up
You
the
don't
damn
find that
definition.
suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Good call out the bell. You know what time it is, man. Let's hear what this other 304 that got her leg out with tattoo. You feel me? Those are signs, guys.
I mean,
those
it
are signs.
doesn't really bother me that much.
Well, she got an onk, she got a hole, she got an onk. So this is a yoni goddess. This is a yoni goddess, got the onk tattooed in between her titties, leg hanging out, tattoos on her leg. This is a fucking yoni goddess, and they some of the biggest 304s on my life. I'm telling you that right now.
when we say the words hoe phase, it can sometimes come off judgy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind the term. I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. But I definitely think that this time in your life is just a time for you to express yourself
Here we go.
in a way that feels comfortable for you, right?
Express yourself. What the fuck does that mean, bro? Like, so expressing yourself. The only way you can express yourself, ladies, is by opening your legs and taking penis and opening your mouth and sucking penis.
You don't find that suspicious?
Stop it, ma'am. Call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. We got Killer Kawabo in the goddamn building. He say you can definitely tell that she's a 304. 100%. The bell says it's the same thing as a passport, bro. Not working to be called a trick. Let me give you that right now.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do this say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth? Have I not been saying this? Did y'all not see this? What does it say? Did we just read it? Right, exactly. Haven't I been telling the truth? What do this say? Is this saying that I'm up here lying to you?
That's a motherfucking fact. Passport bros swear they going over there to find a wife and do this and do that and show dudes how to snatch females, but they go over there tricking. They go over there tricking. Trick or treat.
So in a way,
It's a 304.
to express yourself in a way that feels comfortable for you, right? So people go through this phase differently. Some people wow out, you know, and some people, their hoe phase is like, ooh, I'm gonna like talk to this person and this person at the same time. Where some people, their hoe phase is, oh, I am running through as many people as I can. I'm having sex with whoever. I'm carefree. I'm, you know, a free flower just growing wherever I decide to grow, you know. And
don't forget what we talk about all the time. Me and Mr. Goodbread done broke it down already. The low-hanging fruit ain't no flower. The low-hanging fruit is not what you want to pick. See, these ladies got it twisted, okay? See, who can find a virtuous woman? Who can find a wife? That wife is represented as that flower or that fruit that hasn't been tainted. You, madam, the one that has been tainted, are represented as that mango that was picked off. You got flies flying around the mango. You got the leaves hanging on the side. It's about to die. Can't even fucking grow anymore. The value has been taken out already. These examples that these young ladies give and these grown-ass fucking bitches give, I understand why 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 12 says what it says. I suffer a woman not to teach, but to learn in silence, because when they start teaching and when they start talking and speaking, these are the things they say. If you're not under the direct leadership of a man, ladies, then I don't want to hear anything that you really have to say.
free. I'm, you know, a free flower just growing wherever I decide to grow, you know. And I don't have a problem with that. However you want to explore that time in your life,
Exploratory.
you know, go for it. And I think everyone needs to have a hoe phase. I am a strong believer in that. I think it's very, very important.
I completely agree.
But
Did y'all hear that, young ladies? Did y'all hear what your black queen just said? She thinks it's important for you to go get multiple penis. That's what she just said.
You don't find that suspicious?
Did y'all hear that? Yoni goddesses and queens and black women that come and bash Mr. OKL and bash the righteous fear and say y'all hate women and y'all be bashing women, y'all be talking down. Your Yoni goddess just said it's important for you to go get multiple penis. That's what your fucking queen just said.
I'm a bitch from the streets.
And I think everyone needs to have a hoe phase. I am a strong believer in that. I think it's very, very important.
I completely agree. But can we be concrete? Let's be concrete. What are we saying happens during the hoe phase.
Ooh,
Okay, so
Talk
let
about
me
it.
say what I think a hoe
Okay,
phase
Let's
is,
talk
because
about
I
it.
think a hoe phase looks different for every individual.
Mhm.
I think it's both man and woman. But what I
No, take away. Look, guys, stop. Don't let these bitches talk about the whole phase and say both man and woman, because these bitches don't fuck niggas. Like how niggas will fuck bitches. What I'm saying is this, guys. A man will get his rocks off if he can. Man will shoot his shot to 10 females and probably get his rocks off from 2 of them. These bitches get their rocks off from who they want to get their rocks off of. So in their whole phase, they picking and choosing who they want to fuck. Whereas in your pimp stage, or in your stage where you're trying to get these bitches, you got to work for it. Oh yeah, you got to work for it. They don't work for it, so it's not equivalent. Stop letting these 304s let you think her promiscuity is equivalent to your promiscuity. It is not the motherfucking
look at it
same.
is someone being intentional about not putting strings attached to certain.
Let's look, you know what I'm saying? These nasty, dirty bitches that'll suck penis all day, go to a yacht party, get drunk. They want to sit on a podcast and talk to you guys like they such sweethearts. Get their whole wig torn off, man. Okay. Quabo says, and then they wonder why they are alone. Okay. Bell says these bitches are full of shit and delusion. B. Turner says all 3 of those go both ways. I believe that. They probably be scissoring each other, shit like that. Quabo says they want to throw men in the convo because they want simps to validate it. Absolutely correct. You told the truth just now.
The truth hits big, baby.
You told the truth just now, Quabo.
Ooh,
Okay, so let me say what I think a hoe phase is, because I think a hoe phase looks different for every individual. I think it's both man and woman. But what I look at it is someone being intentional about not
lie
putting
detector
strings
determined
attached
that
to
was a
certain
lie.
people. They're not intentional about dating. It's really like, I'm just gonna have fun and just not care.
Yeah.
I don't associate it with sex. I don't associate it with like being a version of yourself that you wouldn't normally be proud of, but just more so being like, I'm intentionally doing whatever I want, however I want.
Well, I'm sorry, man. Men associated with sex, okay? You could say what you want with your legs crossed. She got her ass. You see how she poking her ass out for the video, trying to lie to you guys, talking about I'm not associating nothing with sex, knowing damn well she's selling herself right now. Don't let these ladies fool you guys, please.
Anybody thinks about it.
I feel like hoe phase is just being single.
Well,
And that's what most women do. Most women go single and they just go nuts. They just go nuts. I'm single now. You know what? I don't have no strings attached. I'm gonna let any man fuck me. I'm gonna go on this yacht party. I'm gonna go on that yacht party, etc., etc. I didn't had a bitch, fly from Mississippi to Florida, and I smashed her. Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. And she admitted to me that, damn, I feel like a hoe. Cause she fucked like 2 niggas prior to her coming to. I ain't know she did that, but I just fucked her on the humbum. The girl said she fucked 2 niggas before she came to this state. And the reason why she fucked me is because she fucked with me. These females are dangerous, guys. Their whole phase is they in the field. You got your cleats on, you got your pads on, you got your helmet on, but you ain't in the game. She in there, you on the sideline watching her.
but just more so being like, I'm intentionally doing whatever I want, however I want, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it.
I feel like hoe phase is just being single.
Well,
I hope
no,
you
you could
wouldn't
be
go-
single
right.
and intentionally like be working on yourself. That's not a hoe phase. A hoe phase is when you are out here living your best life, doing whatever you want. You're not being intentional about growth or how
fuck
am I
does
being
that
perceived or like what am I doing to meet the right person. It's
True.
all about,
Okay,
you know
true,
what?
true,
I'm just
true.
going to do me. I think the issue is when, because a hoe is a term that's typically used for women.
Right.
It's frowned
That's where I was
upon
going
and it
with it.
looks as if or sounds like you're having sex with multiple people.
Right. And
But
I just think that's
I've
unfair
been
to women.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
men, they do this too. But what is it called for them?
Men are
Right, it's called a pimp, fam. It's called a player. It's called a hoe maker. You mad?
Women.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
men.
And she agitated. Look, she got mad at that. She just so mad. And you could tell the biggest hoe when they get mad at the fact that they getting called out, whether it's subliminally or directly. Just peek the
for
body
women,
language, guys.
it's frowned
Look, she getting
upon when it
agitated.
looks as if or sounds like you're having sex with multiple people.
Right. And I
But
just think
I've
that's unfair
been
to women.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
men, they do this too. But what is it called
Oh,
for them?
men are
It's just
the
called
champions of hoe phase.
It's just called being a man.
No, we're not. Men are not champions of whole phase. Most men don't get sex like most women. 30% of men are who are in between the ages of 18 and 30 are virgins or haven't had sex in a year and a half. 80% of you bitches are fucking. Don't give me that bullshit that men are champions at whole phases, because we be fucking all men would be fucking all bitches.
Stop it. Get some help.
I just think
I've
that's unfair
been-
to women.
Yeah,
'Cause
and-
men, they do this too. But what is it called
Oh,
for them?
men are
It's just
the
called
champions of hoe phase.
It's just called being a man, right?
Yeah.
And like,
not fair.
Like if we go through history, let's take it all the way back.
Let's
Let's take
go.
it to like the Roman Empire. You want to be honest? People were fucking. Let's just be honest. Women were fucking then, men were fucking then.
Right. And a minority of men were the ones populating a majority of society with a majority of women. These bitches are unintelligent. These hoes don't know what the fuck they goddamn talking about.
Fucking mother bloody fuck bitch.
Most of these royal men, well, not most of these women. Most of these women were fucking a minority of men. A minority of men populated society, and a majority of women had sex with these minority of men.
The truth hits big, baby.
These ladies don't know what the hell they talking about, guys. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Quabo says, like you said, men have to work hard to get sex. It's not the same with men and women. Absolutely correct. Absolutely fucking correct. It's correct, boy. Also says women can get it easy. All they got to do is walk in the room. B Turner says, one on the right or the far right, bitter at men because she stay getting flipped. Oh, yeah. And she getting older. She hitting the wall. She look like she hitting the wall. Looked like she was a baddie back then. Got everything she wanted, but now she ain't getting everything she wants today. B Turner also says, facts, bro. Modern women aren't very good at math, seems like. Oh, yeah, they not at all. Quabo also says, and then the Roman Empire fell. Let's continue, guys.
People were fucking. Let's just be honest. Women were fucking then, men were fucking then. Keep going.
Men were fucking men.
Let's go to freaking the colonial period.
Stop it.
Women were fucking, men were fucking. Like it's
We're supposed to reproduce.
I'm saying there's a reason why there's sex.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's pleasurable
Yeah.
for humans. But for women, it's always there's a stigma, and it has been. And I will say, like,
What do you want?
Hold on. We got to get into
Want a
this.
job
She
that I don't
talking dumb
hate.
shit right now. She
the reason
talking
why it's
dumb shit
pleasurable
right now.
for humans. But for women, it's always there's a stigma, and it has been. And I will say, like, in modern times and now, like, like you said, it's more celebrated for women to have this time.
I was gonna say, I think it's very, very common and accepted for women to have a hoe phase.
It's accepted by women, not men. Not men.
Stop it.
Because if it
Get
was
some
so
help.
accepted like y'all talking about, then y'all wouldn't complain that it was it's being described as derogatory. I feel like whenever women do it, it's looked at as derogatory, but when men do it, this and that. If it was so accepted, then why did you have to say that?
But it took a long time, and there's still some side eye with it. If you tell your mom, like, hey,
But
don't
mama,
tell your mom that.
I highly do not recommend telling your
What
mom.
what? If you tell your mama what? If you tell your mama you a hoe,
and it's
or
still
you
there's
going through
still
your
some
hoe
side eye
phase,
with it, you know.
and then
If
you
you
notice she say mama. Notice she said the mama, not the daddy.
Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe.
Notice she say that. Because most fathers are not in the household due to the fact that black women are having children out of wedlock at a high rate. So of course she ain't gonna mention the father. And of course she's so comfortable mentioning if you tell your mama that you're going through a whole phase. They want mamas to accept it because they understand mamas are the ones raising all the children, not fathers. Mama is teaching the children not to accept and love the father. That's why they don't even mention fathers. Look at all your local news channels and things that happen to children and tell me how many fathers they fucking interview. Tell me how many moms they interview. Mothers are incentivized to control families. So that's why she said that. Oh yeah, we gonna get her.
tell your mom like, hey, you know,
yeah, but
Don't
mama,
tell your mom that.
I wouldn't. I
Crazy.
highly do not recommend telling your mom. that
but
you're
I'm
going through-
saying our mothers come from a different generation.
100%.
Mr. Goodbreath says y'all don't require men to wear condoms. That's why, bitch, and I'm gonna give you that.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do they say? What do they say? What do they say? Is this not the truth? Have I not been saying this?
They don't have no fucking responsibility. Goodbreath, it's called mismanagement. You got the chart. Mismanagement. Don't know how to manage your pussy. Don't care about managing your pussy. Leave it up to you and you gonna mismanage your pussy. Blame the man because you didn't tell or you didn't make him put a condom on. Blame the man. Oh, you the one that put your pee-pee in me. You the one nutted in me. Also says, we tired of your homegirl crying about not having a child, father, dummy. Let's get it in.
You know, if you tell your mom like, hey, you know,
yeah, but
Don't
mama,
tell your mom that.
I wouldn't. I highly do not
Right.
recommend
What
telling
a
your mom.
dumb-
that
but
you're
I'm
going through-
saying our mothers come from
And
a
then
different
they laugh about it. Laughing, chuckling about it.
generation.
100%.
So you tell them this, and they're like, especially a little like my Catholic Filipino mom. Honey,
Oh, my mom too.
sweetie.
My Catholic Mexican mom. My mom's already kind of.
Wow. So you see what I'm saying, guys? They have a religious background. These women know the order, but they went against it. Catholic background. My Catholic religious mom, my Catholic this mom. Both of these bitches got Catholic moms. But where did the devil come in? How did the devil come in?
Judgmental
Right.
of my lifestyle, period. The way I
Right.
dress, like when I
wait,
was.
tell them about the message that she sent when we got to Miami for our girls.
Oh my
trip.
gosh. Okay,
She's so
so
cute.
we just went on a girls trip and my mom knows me. She knows that her child is wild. I'm a wild child. I'm fun. I like to party. I'm a good time. And so she sent me like this message.
No texting, no writing, nobody telling me what to say. This from the brain, from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what
We just
you
went
got.
on a girls trip and my mom knows me. She knows that her child is wild. I'm a wild child. I'm fun. I like to party.
Wow.
I'm a good time. And so she sent me like this
You definitely- you a
message
good
and was
time,
like,
ain't you?
Sierra, I just want to remind you that
stop.
You need to make sure that you're being conscious of your decisions because you are a mother now and you don't want your daughter to see something
What?
that, you wouldn't.
Use a mom. We got to pull the chart out, guys. Use a mother, and your mother is trying to teach you how to be a good mother, but you just want to be a good time. Toxic traits that modern black women contain. Let's get it. Number one, masculine aggressive. I guarantee you that they got that, but we're going to skip past number one for now. Number two, combative, argumentative. We're going to skip past that, even though I believe they are that. Number three, we're going to skip past that as well. Number four, money hungry. Let's get past that. Let's go to 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bad mothers, too much single mothers. Fits her like a goddamn Cinderella shoe. Number 6, no accountability is always correct. They making excuses about the whole stage, but men can do this and men can do that. And what if I tell my mom and she still doesn't accept it? No accountability. Number 7, non-submissive, strong and independent. Ain't no bitch who's strong, who's submissive is gonna be talking like any of these fucking bitches on this goddamn panel. You hear me? None of them gonna be talking like that if they were submissive, and they definitely strong and independent. Number 8, unnatural wig wearing diva. Let me take the chart off, and y'all let me know if y'all looking at some fucking wig wearing divas right now. Is that her fucking hair? Is that her damn hair?
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do they say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth?
We don't make it up, man. We don't make it up.
You know, you would regret her seeing later on. And also you are a wife, so you have to take that into consideration too.
You
and
a
I'm
wife?
like, nah.
What?
I'm not new to this.
You's a wife and you going out on guys.
Oh, stop.
You
I'm gonna
need
let it
to
play. I'm gonna let
make
it play.
sure that you're being conscious of your decisions, because you are a mother now and you don't want your daughter to see something that, you know, you wouldn't, you know, you would regret her seeing later on. And also you are a wife, so you have to take that into consideration too. And I'm like, ma, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay. So
It was also a bachelorette party. You know what I'm saying? Like,
even if it wasn't,
And that's a sign that she's married to a goddamn simp. She done extracted him of his resources, got married to him, got a child from him, and she's still living her life. What did she call it? Expressing herself? Exploratory
You don't
stage?
find that suspicious?
That's what they called it?
You don't find that suspicious?
I guess this is what women call blooming like a flower, right?
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm like, ma, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay. So
it was also a bachelorette party. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it wasn't, I was on vacation. My mom would probably send me the same text because she just knows her daughter.
What? So this bitch, before she got fucking married, she went on a whole stage. Yo, this story getting deep, guys.
On vacation, my mom would probably send me the same text because she just knows her daughter.
Yeah, she knows. She definitely knows her
tell
daughter.
your mothers who are from a different generation this. It's like, ooh. So imagine their moms telling our moms telling their moms, like, I'm going through this phase. But the thing is, from generation,
I think this is more of like our moms. I don't think have ever used that. This is like a newer term. And it's less than the term hoe phase, more about what it actually represents in our generation.
Yes, and
they wouldn't get it.
They wouldn't.
No,
get
they
it,
would
but
not get it at all.
They're not gonna tell us that they did it too.
No, yeah. I'm gonna just keep it real, guys. These bitches is more dangerous in this society today. Yeah, the hoe back then is not like the hoe today. Ain't nothing new under the sun, but the hoe today is like Sodom and Gomorrah. And when I say back then, I'm talking about the hoe in the 60s and the 70s. These bitches today are fucking animals. Animals. I just did Hoe Face Part 21. Bitch talking about, oh, hamsters have sex like this, so women should be able to do it too. These bitches fuck like animals. Men don't fuck like animals. You know why? When men fuck like men, God put us here to be fruitful and multiply. God put us here with that testosterone as a man to be able to plow through all these women. We have that in our nature, so we're not fucking like animals. We fucking like men. But when women allow multiple men inside of them, you bitches is fucking like animals.
The truth hits big, baby.
They wouldn't get it.
They wouldn't.
No,
get
they
it,
would
but
not get it at all.
They're not gonna tell us that they did it too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
my mom still does it.
I know that's right.
What?
Come on, my mom.
She know what it
My
is.
mom has only been with my dad.
Mine too. That my dad is the only one, but they're outside of our mothers and mothers, like there are mothers who are our mothers' ages who went through this as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but they
I
had
think
to hide it
everybody-
more.
The 60s and 70s were a wild time, okay? There's a lot going on, a lot of sex, a lot of drugs, and rock and roll.
We know that.
The toxic CCs in the 70s.
Yeah.
Listen, if Toxic CC grew up in the 70s, wow. Okay?
that was like the period of the sexual revolution, right?
Yeah.
And so we're products of that now, right? So
no, it wasn't sexual revolution. It's called feminism. That was the period of goddamn feminism.
You don't find that suspicious?
During the late 60s, early 70s, black women were incentivized to separate from the black man, which brought forth this feminist nature that they adopted from the white woman. And also what they did adopt was this sexual liberation. So they didn't say, I want to be able to do what the man does and stop fucking. They kept fucking, but they just fucked more. They got up out the crib. They got up away from being up under a man's leadership, and they started fucking more, family. Okay? Today is a product of those 70s. In the 70s, yeah, it was a sex era, crack era, hippie era and shit like that, party era. But today, boy, these women is fucking like jackrabbits. Yeah, they fucking way more than your most high value man.
Oh, but the hoe phase, and I agree with both of you. I think everybody should go through one. However it looks for people. And I just think it shouldn't be judged from person to person.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be judged.
I think it's also a
ladies,
time
I need y'all to know one thing. We gonna judge it 1000% as men. You could do what you want, cross your legs, talk with your sister friends and shit like that. We gonna call you a hoe if you a hoe.
Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe.
Absolutely.
I think it's also a time where, like you said, you're having sex clearly, but you're being intentional about not committing to that person.
Okay.
Or you could just be in a space emotionally where you don't want to take it to that next step.
I know that's
you're
right.
unavailable.
I know that's right.
And I think it's just important because you learn so much about yourself,
and
what
also
you want,
about other people,
yes.
what you want, what you don't want, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate.
Right.
How certain
woman needs for, I am not going to, settle for a man that doesn't do this or doesn't do that for me. Low hanging fruit, guys. You pick a mango off the tree that's low hanging, that got flies around it or off the floor that somebody bit off already. You can't utilize it how you want to, but they're telling you that this is equivalent to them learning themselves and knowing what they want and don't want. That's cool. You can learn what you don't want. You can learn what you do want, but you just destroyed your value. That's the risk you ladies take when you do that. You risk your value, ma'am, when you claim you're searching for what you do and don't want. You risk your damn value. So when you're doing your whole stage, getting penis, dealing with this personality, dealing with that personality, you go into a relationship after you're done doing all that whole stage shit, and you tell your man, oh, because of this past trauma, this has to happen, that has to happen. That's what they mean when they say, I know what the fuck I want. It's fucking bullshit. Because they don't fucking know what they want, fellas. They don't know what they want. They it's a continuous search because they done wasted their value. They want to hit that reset button. They want to go back to the time they was a virgin. That's why women lie about their age and lie about their fucking body count.
The truth hits big, baby.
What you want, what you don't want, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate.
Right.
How certain men make you feel.
Right.
Like
Right.
you learn a lot from this whole phase. So when is it appropriate to explore this phase, do you guys think?
I would say the time that it's not only just appropriate, but kind of needed. And when it usually happens is right after breakups.
Yeah, we go right after a breakup. Right after a breakup. So, oh my God, man. Right after, they say the same fucking shit every damn time, man.
Right after people go through a
100%
breakup,
agree.
I feel like it's kind of like when you lose somebody, right? You have to take the time to grieve, and there's like stages of grief. And when you lose somebody, the easiest way to kind of deal with it in the moment is to replace it with other things.
The easiest way to deal with it is to become a hoe. Got you.
And it's normally the natural thing that happens, but then it's about being intentional about how long are you allowing yourself to kind of stay in that space, and when is it gonna switch to be intentional. And for some it may be years, and for some it may be just a few weeks.
And
and
that's
then
why I don't like the
to-
word like phase. It's like you're putting a beginning and an end to something.
It's like, child, go
You know what I'm
through it
saying?
however long you want to
Yes,
go through it.
and then like you put for a lot of women.
I get this one. She's basically trying to say it ain't no beginning and the end. You should be able to explore yourself. You should be able to be a hoe whenever you want to be. I get her womanese. I get
How
her.
long you want to go through it.
And then like you put for a lot of men, you're getting yourself to an emotional space where, hey, I think I am ready to commit, but I have these tools now, these things that I learned about myself that will
The lie detector determined
hopefully
that
make
was a
me more
lie.
successful in this.
No,
Yep.
no, it's statistically proven that hoes are not able to parabond the way that a virgin or a woman with less than 10 bodies are able to parabond. It's statistically proven. When you go through your whole phase, ladies, it's harder for you to settle down, quote, with a man. It's way tougher for you to do that. You always searching for more. You claim you know what you want, but the thing that you want, you don't get out of that. You might get some of the things that you want out of this man you're going to marry or, extract from his resources, but you don't get everything you want because, quote, you know what you want, and he has to fulfill everything that you want. That's what they mean, guys. They don't necessarily mean they actually know what they want. They just know what they've been through in their whole stage, which is why it's opposition to being able to parabond with a man. That man can't give her nothing new. He got to give her something old. He got to give her something that's common, something that she's used to. And if he can't do that, she blames him, not herself. She just tells herself she knows what she wants. That's what she tells herself.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Make me more successful in this next part of my life, next phase of my life. Personally for me, one thing I learned in my hoe phase was, God, I just said hoe phase, Lord.
I know you don't like it. Okay, so what would you call it?
It's big.
Like I said, exploratory phase.
Okay, well, what did you learn in your exploratory phase?
I learned about myself. I'm not a one night stand girl. You know what I'm saying?
The lie
Like I
detector
could be
determined that was a
physically
lie.
attracted to someone. They could be so amazingly sexy and like the conversation is good, but
She lying, y'all. Let's listen to these lies.
The conversation is good, but my cat won't get wet for strangers. It has stranger danger. Like it's
No, that's not true, guys. Her cat just don't get wet no more.
It's big,
That's
baby.
what that is. These women be fucking lying. Y'all done went through y'all got ran through, and you really think your pussy gonna just get wet like it's a fresh mango? Low hanging fruit, high hanging fruit, guys. Remember what I told y'all. That mango that wasn't touched, you cut it open, that shit juicy as fuck. The one that was touched is dried the fuck out. Oh yeah, that concept applies. That pussy ain't wet no more. And these bitches never want to admit that shit. These bitches ain't never going to admit the fact that, yeah, I went through my whole stage. My pussy don't get wet as it used to. They going to tell you, oh, your dick ain't good enough. They going to tell you you're not hitting the spot. They going to tell you, oh, I just don't get wet for you. Knowing damn well they don't control their pH and they do all kinds of bullshit that makes their vagina dried out like sandpaper.
my cat won't get wet for strangers. It
Fuck
has
outta
stranger
here.
danger. Like yes, kitty cat has stranger
cat,
danger.
guys.
And I
It's
realized
cat.
that like I am just not a one night stand girl. And I get that females do it and it's exciting and it's exhilarating. But I learned during that phase, in bars, in conversation, in different moments with attractive men that it wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
Right. You learned in bars that I'm tired of fucking these dudes. I'm tired of just letting them take me home. Did y'all hear what she just said? She learned in bars. And I said it earlier, guys. These women are not looking for men at Barnes and Noble. These women ain't finding men in libraries. They find men at bars and they find men at parties. These men are out here to have sex with you. She's tired of that. What the fuck else you think you're gonna get out of that as a woman when you keep going to spots where men only want to have sex with you? You're gonna at one point say, you know what, I'm gonna put a brick wall in front of myself today. He ain't just finna be able to just take me home today. I'm looking for the right one in the wrong spot. Fuck out of here, man.
But I learned during that phase in bars, in conversation, in different moments with attractive men that it wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get myself there.
You're probably
Your pussy
stimulated
not wet like that no
by
more.
more than just whatever a one night stand offers. You probably have to know the person a little bit and understand them so that you can be a little bit more stimulated in a different way than just.
And then that's something I learned, and like I thought it was something I was supposed to do during this period of my time, period of my life.
Yep.
But I just realized it's not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I learned during
And they always regret it, guys.
period.
We believe me when I say this, man. Women always regret their whole stage, man. They always do, unless they just a crack whore that continues to do it and becomes 60 years old, still smoking crack, still selling pussy. Some of them that's just the way they living now. But most of these women regret the whole stage, even though they tell you in the beginning, they say you should go through it. It's helpful. But they still regret it. That's like me telling you, you should take crack, but you're going to regret it because of the repercussions. I just gave you bad advice. You should not take crack because of the damn repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing I learned during that period of my life was, even though you may not necessarily be in a relationship, every time you interact with a person, no matter how long, it is a relationship that's occurring at that moment.
For sure.
So you are learning tools you need to move forward and be in other relationships.
That's
with people.
bullshit. That is motherfucking bullshit.
Fucking mother bloody fuck bitch.
What she essentially just said, guys, was this. When you're letting other men have sex with you, you're learning how to deal and you're learning how to progress in another relationship afterwards.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm gonna say it one more time. The more you ladies, go in opposition of nature, which is to preserve your value, the more you do that, the less you're able to pair bond, the less you're able to be a wife. Go ahead. We'll have fun with you in your 304 stage. But who gonna wife you though?
I will say, like, in that moment in time, I learned that
just a
building
304,
relationships, it takes more than
this one a hoe, man.
Dates and fancy clothes, fancy gifts. Like that was the quintessential time in my life when I realized that a relationship is way more than X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then that's when I scratched that list we talked about
Mm-hmm.
in one of our previous episodes.
Yeah.
So I thought
She just hit the wall. That's all,
that
guys.
phase in my life was a turning point for me.
Yeah.
Because after that phase in my life, I met my husband. And I'm not trying to say to our audience,
You
go
see-
through a whole phase and you're going to find your husband if that's what you're looking
Yeah.
for.
Because it's not good,
happen.
right? Because if you think that's like possible or probable, matter of fact, it's possible. But if you think it's
Does
probable,
that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
and I guarantee you, she married to a fucking simp. Guaranteed. Most of these women are married to men who they don't want. So now this is the second woman talking about a whole phase, and she's married. The first one You know what I'm saying? On the left with the tattoo hanging out. She's a married woman, got the leg hanging out, titties hanging out and shit like that. And before she got married, she went on a hot girl summer, and her mom was trying to tell her not to do so because it's not a good example for the child you got with the man that you about to fucking marry.
Fuck you, bloody fucking mother, bloody fuck bitch.
They don't tell y'all about the experiences. All they tell y'all is that they blooming like a flower. I'm exploratory myself. What you say, exploratory stage? I'm just exploring myself. But the things that happen in between these times are so shameful that they fumble the rock like they've been doing the whole night, and they don't want to, literally explain what actually happens through the whole stage. Why do you think this one this 304 on the right? Why you think she tried to redefine the word hoe before she explained her whole stage? Even y'all get where I'm going, man. Y'all get where I'm going. Killer Kawabo. This is like if I was a killer and killed many people, then after a while, I'm like, damn, killing is wrong. Exactly. You getting this, Kawabo. You're gonna get that because you told the truth.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do this say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth? Have I not been saying this? Did y'all not see this? What does it say? Did we just read it? Right, exactly. Haven't I been telling the truth? What do this say? Is this saying that I'm up here lying to you?
One example, Killer Kawabo. And he also says that most women are average. And they think they're gonna excuse me, guys. They think they're gonna live like these women. God damn it, let me get my water. They think they're gonna live like these women. Let's continue, guys.
It may not happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I hate calling it a phase, because you might be perfectly fine just being the most beautiful single version of you.
Absolutely.
Meeting different people, having situationships throughout the rest of your life. And if it makes you happy, you learn that.
Absolutely.
You learn that.
I don't really have an opinion on when it's appropriate, because for me, most of my life, I guess, was a hoe phase, because I never had a serious boyfriend until my husband.
She's this one right. This one on the left, y'all can still fuck her. She'll be at a party right now, drunk as fuck, and she gonna fuck somebody on her husband. I promise you.
So I don't really. I've never had an experience where I had a breakup and I needed to get over somebody. Now, granted, I was in a situationship where I wanted him to be my boyfriend, but he didn't want that.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna continue to keep doing me. Like, I like you a lot, but I'm gonna suppress my feelings because you're not giving me what I need. I'm just gonna go over here and entertain someone else to occupy that void that I'm getting from you.
Exactly. You see how different it is for men. We can just go fuck bitches like, oh, I just want to fuck this hoe. They need that validation. Damn, I like this dude. He's fucking me, but he don't want a relationship. I'm gonna keep fucking him, but I'm gonna go find a simp that's gonna give me the relationship aspect. So now I got this simp taking me out on dates, calling me queen and shit like that, texting me, making sure I'm straight while I'm smashing this dude. So this is what women do today. They think it's cool. They think it's, oh, I'm being like a man. A man could do it, so I could do it. They substitute dudes. Football team type shit. He's paying my bills. He's smashing me good, and I'm attracted to him. I like him, but he don't like me. But I'm just gonna take this energy from him. I'm gonna let this dude pay my bills. I'm gonna let this dude give me sexual energy, and then I'm talking to this dude on the side, and I'm making him wait for the pussy because he's taking me out on dates, and he seemed like he the right one. That's how they think, guys. That's their game plan. That's their game plan.
You don't find that suspicious?
I'm just gonna go over here and entertain someone else to occupy.
Don't be fooled, man. Don't be a dummy.
That void that I'm getting from you.
Right.
So I guess that's also an appropriate way to kind of explore your whole phase too. So
I'm gonna do how to write song lyrics super fast. I'm gonna be using Lyric Studio.
They're always trying to justify their whole shit. No, you're just a hoe. That's it.
void.
Yeah.
Leave the dude. Stop fucking the dude, okay? Ladies, don't take her advice. Stop having sex
Stop
with
it.
the dude
Get
if
some
he's
help.
clearly showing you that he don't want no relationship with you. Men control access to relations. Women control access to sex. If he don't want to give you access to relations, why are you continually giving him access to sex?
You don't find that suspicious?
So no, it doesn't justify why you were being a hoe. All it does is it tells us that you was a stupid hoe and you got to simp that wife you up.
That I'm getting from you. So I guess that's also an appropriate way to kind of explore your whole phase too. So
And
say
you
you're
can't really put a beginning to it.
You can't. You can't. No, absolutely. Girl, this started, don't take this the wrong way, viewers.
Toxic CC. Toxic CC.
It started when I was like 16. So I grew up very, very early. I'm sure you guys have, I'm sure I've talked about this before,
Shit,
but
you
if I
didn't.
haven't, now you know.
Started when she was 16. How many of you men can say you had a pimp stage at 16? I ain't talking about having sex. I ain't talking about getting head. I ain't talking about fingering a girl real quick. How many of y'all back to back was able to have access to multiple women at 16 years old?
You don't find that suspicious?
I'm telling y'all, these women, she lied. The girl lied earlier talking about men are the we the masters at the whole stage. This bitch is telling you at 16 she started her damn whole stage.
You don't find that suspicious?
Let's get real, guys.
I grew up very early. I grew up around girls who were very developed. So growing up, a lot of my friends and we always hung around older drug dealers. And so we were kind of like in that street life a little bit, but also very bougie. So we were always like 17 in the club, hanging out with older people.
17 in the club at 17. How many of y'all young men was able to get in the fucking club at 17? Just hanging out with grown people.
So I just was introduced to that type of environment of having fun, being carefree,
fucking grown men at 17,
engaging with a bunch of different men very early. And it was exciting for me. And I liked it. I wouldn't have done well in a relationship early on. I'd say before the age of 28, I just would not have done well. I would have.
See, but that's because of your experience and what you were exposed to.
Exactly. And I'm going to go back to a comment that Quabo just said. A 304 phase is just another sign that women can't be alone until it's too late. So basically, at 17 years old, she was able to go in clubs, fuck grown men, 31, 21, 40, this and that, whatever. Wasn't able to pair bond with a man, wasn't able to give herself to a man, like she just said. Now she's all of a sudden married. What Quabo just said, when it's too late, that's when they snatch onto that fucking rope. Like, oh yeah, let me get up out this water. That's why she married, but she's still doing her 304 shit. You can't make it up, man. And now we see why women get mad that grown men date younger women because they've done it before.
The truth hits big, baby.
Just would not have done well. I would have.
See, but that's because of your experience and what you were exposed to and the
100%.
mindset that you had. That's why I think a hoe phase is a set phase. It is a set time frame, because if you were shown that at 16,
whatever that means,
and it wasn't until getting all these experiences and meeting somebody like your husband to realize, I don't want that, I want this.
100%.
You had to intentionally end that phase.
What the fuck this bitch said? Eli from Jersey, another character unlocked. Hey, we ain't gonna stop. We not gonna stop with the whole phase because there's too many hoes out here.
And it wasn't until getting all these experiences and meeting somebody like your husband to realize, I don't want that, I want this.
100%.
You had to intentionally end that phase of your life.
So when she met her husband, it was, I don't want that, I want this. She's like 100%. But I could have sworn your whole phase was for you to know what you want.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
So you don't want the whole phase no more. You done found your husband. You found something you actually do want. But you said that the whole phase was going to teach you what you do want. Make it make sense, man. Late black women, how the fuck do you expect us to sit down and Digest this. What are they
I
talking
don't want
about?
that. I want this.
100%.
You had to intentionally end that phase of your life
100%.
and like make the decision to, okay, I want to intentionally date. I want to commit. That's going to go to engagement. That's going to go to marriage. And I think for women who go through multiple.
No, she didn't end it because even she had a bachelorette party and had a hot girl summer, and her mama was trying to stop her from doing that. So whoever she found did not stop her from that shit, bro.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That's going to go to marriage. And I think
Women
for
lie
women
all
who go
day,
through
man.
go through multiple hoe phases are women who have had pockets of serious relationships that end, or something bad happens, something traumatizing, they were cheated on or whatever, and they need to just kind of like re-immerse themselves into a different mindset, not the mindset where I'm committed and I need this person, but I just want to live life and have fun. And some women don't ever go through that phase. They don't ever go through a phase of I'm just going to do whatever. They're always, I'm going to read my Bible scripture every morning and I'm going to pray for the perfect man. I'm going to be the perfect person and I'm not going to have sex with this man. I'm not going to give this up to nobody. Women go their whole life not ever experiencing the freedom and the exposure that you've had at any time, or the
1 Timothy chapter 2 and 12. I suffer a woman not to teach, but to fucking learn in silence.
The truth hits big, baby.
This is what you get when women teach. This is what you get when women teach, guys. I'm gonna let this dumbass bitch say what the fuck she just said again.
where I'm committed and I need this person, but I just want to live life and have fun. And some women don't ever go through that phase. They don't ever go through a phase of I'm just going to do whatever. They're always, I'm going to read my Bible scripture every morning and I'm going to pray for the perfect man. I'm going to be the perfect person and I'm not going to.
So something is wrong with you, ma'am, when you're reading your Bible and you're praying for the quote perfect man. And you know, you don't got to pray for the perfect man, but what, you know what I'm saying, pray for a good man, pray for a godly man. Something wrong with you. That's not freedom, guys. You are looking at what Eve did when she bit the apple, went against God's word. I'm not mad at hoes. I'm mad at hoes teaching other women that being a hoe is okay. That's what I'm mad at. Let's hear that one more time from this woman, dog. And she's not Eve. She's definitely not Eve. This is a Jezebel.
You need to just kind of like re-immerse themselves into a different mindset, not the mindset where I'm committed and I need this person, but I just want to live life and have fun. And some women don't ever go through that phase. They don't ever go through a phase of I'm just going to do whatever. They're always, I'm going to read my Bible scripture every morning and I'm going to pray for the perfect man. I'm going to be the perfect person and I'm not going to have sex with this man. I'm not going to give this up to nobody. Women go their whole life not ever experiencing the freedom and the exposure that you had at any time, or the exposure that you had or that I had. So I feel like everyone's phase is different, but I do think it's a phase. I think it's an intentional mindset shift that happens when you know that you're going through that phase, whether you call it a hoe phase or not.
Whatever.
It's your
exploratory phase.
Sorry,
it's a phase.
No, it's just very difficult for me to say like.
Well, I think
that
you're getting, I think the hoe is what's messing you up. But
the reason, because it has a negative connotation.
Why we're calling the episode hoe phase is because that's what everybody knows it as.
That's the buzzword.
But you guys,
but I'm same with you.
I am
like
so grateful for my hoe phase because to your point, Bree, if I hadn't have gone through this.
So guys, we're gonna all right. So there's a lot of people that smoke crack. We're not gonna call it crack no more because it brings a negative connotation to the people that smoke crack. So we're gonna redefine it so we can romanticize it and make it fit them and make it sound good. Do you see that? That's what they're trying to do with the word hoe. Fuck out of here.
That's the buzzword.
But you guys,
I'm same with you.
I am
like
so grateful for my hoe phase because to your point, Bree, if I hadn't have gone through this 10, 11-year hoe phase, I would not have learned things about myself
it's so important.
That were super important to learn in order for me to be prepared to take on a serious relationship like the one that I was in with my husband before we got married, because I wouldn't have appreciated a man like him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have appreciated him if you didn't have a whole face. What in the fuck does that mean, guys? What does that mean?
Married because I wouldn't have appreciated a man like him. I had to go through all of the fuck boys in order to get to my husband. I had to, for me.
And it's different for everybody.
This is what I find as an issue is when women don't take the time to go through just putting themselves out there. How can you appreciate the right man if you're
She had to go through the fuck boys, guys. She had to do it. And guess what else she has to do when she's in a relationship with you? My past trauma, my this, my that. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept that. This dude did this to me, so I'm not going to accept this from you. This dude told me this, so I'm not going to accept this from you. Oh, you say you love me? Well, this fuck boy told me that 3 years ago and he fucked me over. So you're going to have to prove it to me tenfold. That's what comes with that shit. Whoever she married, she fucking extracted him of his main resource, his child. And then also she got the ring. Man, she look at her. Oh yeah, man, she just manipulated
boys in order
somebody,
to get to my husband. I had to, for me.
And it's different for
for
everybody.
you.
This is what I find as an issue
Okay.
is when women don't take the time to go through just putting themselves out there. How can you appreciate the right man if you're not giving any man the time of day? If you're
Exactly.
not
You don't
getting
know what
to
you
learn
like.
the wrong men at
What?
some point, like how do you know when you met the right one? And
What the
I
fuck
think
does that mean,
one thing
dude?
that has happened with like our
Bro, what
YouTube
are you
channel
talking about, man?
specifically with it being Worth the Wait, we were kind of put in a box of being like a Christian couple.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had like different views on things that we would say in terms of dating and sex and it's like just because we made a choice to wait for marriage doesn't mean that before we made that commitment we weren't out here living our own lives. Dre
Yep.
was a football player at a predominantly white school. He had the hose.
All the snow buddies.
He had we asked him before this episode. Cece said, Dre, what did your hoe phase look like? Did you ever go through a hoe phase? And he said, I wouldn't call it a hoe phase. I just took opportunities of
That
or I
was
took
advantage.
Exactly. No. Stop with the advantage crap. He took opportunities. Like you said, he was a football player. So he built himself to a certain standard where women were giving him offering him these opportunities. So he took the opportunities. Valuable men exercise options, whereas females are just hoes. Most men don't have options like this, ma'am. Don't try to woman-splain it. Don't try to make it seem like he was taking advantage. No, he wasn't. They were throwing the coochie at him because he was a football player. Why don't you talk about the nerd? Why don't you talk about the nerd that was getting coochie thrown at him? Why don't you talk about the dude you friend zoned that was getting coochie thrown at him? Why don't you talk about the lame that was, they wasn't getting coochie thrown at him? Y'all can only talk about the men that you would throw coochie at, which is a minority. Come on, man. Let's talk shit today.
We asked him before this episode. Cece said, Dre, what did your hoe phase look like? Did you ever go through a hoe phase? And he said, I wouldn't call it a hoe phase. I just took opportunities of
That
or I
was
took
advantage.
wait, I gotta run this back because
Okay,
it sounds kind of rapey. I was like, wait, what did you say?
Total
Cece
disclaimer.
said-
No rape
man.
happening.
Cece's question was, Dre, did you go through a hoe phase? He said, I don't know if I went through a hoe phase. I just went through a time in my life where I took advantage of certain opportunities. And I was like, it's giving rape.
Like, really? Pussy being thrown at you, you take advantage of that, and it's giving what? But when y'all break up and y'all got dethroned at y'all, and y'all take advantage of that because y'all don't call it grape, y'all call it exploring yourself.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Advantage of certain opportunities. And I was like, it's giving rape.
It's giving hoe phase.
That's not what he meant.
It's giving
It's
hoe
just
phase.
like what he said. He was in a space where he was just doing the things that that was right in front of him, that were not any and had no intention on, I'm gonna do this with this woman and marry her. But it's like, because he wasn't looking for that. But the moment he was looking for it, he made a commitment to let go of sex. So it's like, that's what I think the hoe phase is your period of being intentional and choosing when you're gonna start and stop a certain mentality or lifestyle.
Can I say something though? And this is for all of the men and women out there. If you are in a hoe phase and you are intentional about being in your phase, when you come across somebody, don't lead them on. And start dating them or get into a space where
letting them think that you're in.
How else is we gonna have sex with you, ma'am? Yeah, you don't have to lead us on as men. We gonna fuck you. Sometimes men gotta lead you on to get the pussy, and it's your fault because you have to. He gotta prove this and he gotta prove that. Show you this and show you that. Don't get mad. No, that's the game, baby.
Them on. And start dating them or get into a space where
letting them think that you're in the emotional space.
Exactly.
To commit
Don't
to them.
lead somebody.
Fact. Quavo said, yo, that's like saying I had to have sex with men in order to find out I am not gay. Makes no fucking sense. And you deserve this because that was spot on.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do this say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth?
Makes sense. I gotta smoke crack to find out that I'm not a crackhead. I gotta just keep doing it to be like, oh yeah, I don't like this. The fuck?
On and think that you're going to commit to them knowing where you are in your life. Be upfront and very candid about where you are in your phase and what you're looking to get out of this situation that you are now engaging with that person.
Because it's just
That's
emotional.
how a lot of
That's
women
like
end up getting
terrorism.
hurt.
Yes. Because you know what that person wants.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what you want.
Yes.
And you might play around with it in your head. That's an excuse that some men may use. I'm gonna, I can see myself being with you.
Say the right
But if
things.
you are not, if you can see it and doing it is way different.
And also, this is another note to the ladies. If a man is candid about where he is in his hoe phase, don't think you can change that man. Don't think that you are so special, and you may be, but don't think that you are so special that you can take that man out of that phase in his life. A man.
Facts. And the thing is, it's not a whole phase. You're not special. You one of the thoughts that he's fucking. Okay. And like I said, most of these women, what they do is, they try to get wifed up by the men that they go have their whole phase with. These men are just fucking you. You think you the first bad bitch that he done met at a yacht party or picked up at the bar? No, you're just another one. You think that you have such value that, oh, I'm feeling this one. He got good D, he got money, he got his own shit. This is the one I'm gonna lock in. No, that's where you make the grave mistake at. You're not special. Ladies, you guys are not special because you look good and you got ass and tits. That's not special.
Don't think that you are so special, and you may be, but don't think that you are so special that you can take.
Let me read this comment. Eli from Jersey. A bitch would not get away asking me a question and disrespect my character. Talking about that sounds like grape. I'll leave my bitch right at that podcast if this is her type of friends. No cap, you feel me? No cap. You explain your behavior and you call it exploratory, but when you talk about what a man does, you call it grape. When you just said that's what you're doing as well.
Hoe phase. Don't think you can change that man. Don't think that you are so special, and you may be, but don't think that you are so special that you can take that man out of that phase in his life. A man will not change unless he is ready to change.
Yes.
Dre says that a lot.
Yes.
It is so true.
It's big, baby.
A man, he'll show you.
He will show you.
He shows you.
If he's candid about telling you, I'm not looking for anything serious, I'm just looking to have fun, then come into that relationship with that understanding that, okay, this is just gonna be fun. Get what you need to get out of it, sis, and then keep it pushing.
Well, see, that's the beauty of the.
That's bad game. You tell a woman that most likely she ain't even gonna fuck you. Women don't like to hear that you just want to have sex with them. They want to be desired so they can use you, utilize you. Get the fuck out of here.
Get what you need to get out of it, sis, and then keep it pushing.
Well, see, that's the beauty of.
Unless you quote high value enough, unless you got chains and money, and you if you can buy her, then you can say that. But if you can't buy her, ain't no way you can just tell her that and she just gonna say, all right, fuck it, we just gonna have sex. And I understand we ain't. Nah, man. They looking for value out of you.
The hoe / exploratory phase. Sorry. That I think that's the beauty of it. And I think Bree brought up this point so well. Like, you meet that guy during your hoe phase.
Oh yeah, you
You
will
meet that guy. You meet the guy who's not in that phase, where you have to be the person to reciprocate that information.
Yes.
So you're learning on both sides what it feels
100%.
like in that phase.
100%.
And the phase, that space, it gives you not the freedom, but because you're not committed to someone and you're able to have these back and forths with different people, you are learning so much about different people and yourself at the same.
So guys, what she essentially said was, during her whole stage, you meet somebody who's not, quote, in his whole stage, he's right for her. It's still essential for her to be able to go through this whole stage, because it something positive comes. She's not saying anything, guys. There's no way she can say something. That's like somebody trying to explain 1 + 1 is 3. I say, go ahead and explain. This is her talking right now. Ain't no way you can explain that 1 + 1 is 3. You're going to keep talking until people realize that you're fucking delusional.
And you're able to have these back and forths with different people, you are learning so much about different people and yourself at the same time.
Yep.
It's kind of like that box of chocolates.
The lie
thing,
detector
where
determined
you have to
that
go
was a
through a
lie.
few.
Oh yeah, to figure out what you like
before you get that right one.
It's like, ooh,
Get some help.
Yes, I don't like the cherry one, but you're learning about yourself.
Exactly.
You're learning cherry filling isn't for me.
Isn't for me.
But the caramel can get it.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to get to the box of chocolates. You have to get there. How are you going to get there? By sitting in the corner, holding yourself back, or by going, opening that box of chocolates? You know, hopefully you're going to run afterwards or something. And you try the different things. And I think.
And keep in mind, open the box of chocolate. Keep in mind, though, regretting it at the end, too. Regretting all that.
It's big, baby.
Okay. Open the box of chocolate. Oh, I like the caramel. I like the strawberry, blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as you find the one that you actually like, you regret opening it up and eating all that damn chocolate. Y'all, you're not finna fool my fucking people, okay? You're not finna come up here, ma'am, and act like you're not a whole 304 out here, because I know you is.
Run afterwards or something. And you try the different things. And I think you learn about these people, you learn how to deal with these people, and you learn about yourself. Even if it's just a bite that wasn't good, the coconut one that you put back. It was that was a nice bite. It was nice, but it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just
break it down, guys. I'm here to break it down.
Perfect. You learn about so many different pieces of chocolate in this phase. And then maybe I'm gonna go back on the whole it doesn't end, the beginning and the end, it doesn't end, because you do have to put the top on it if you're ready to go with just one kind of chocolate.
Oh yes,
yeah. So,
and here's something else I want to say about the hoe phase. So I think it's important that the ladies watching this, men watching this that are going through the hoe phase, don't feel bad about your hoe phase, but also don't let it be.
No, the correction, men don't feel bad about the quote hoe phase. Most men don't have a hoe phase. And if a man did have a hoe phase, quote, quote, which is to say that he's a pimp, he's fucking bitches and all that shit, he's not going to regret it. He's going to be happy about it. So don't sit there and say men and women. You talking to your women. You're trying to tell ladies not to regret it, but they going to. Think about it, guys. You think this girl that popped, you know what I'm saying, that popped her virginity, let everybody have sex with her, and now her vagina look like bologna sandwich. You think she don't want it to be restored back to when she was a virgin and was dripping wet? Let's reverse the roles. A man that's having sex, nothing happens to your penis. The shit stay the same. What the fuck do we regret about fucking bitches? Because our penis don't actually change because we having sex. Women's vagina and their biology changes when they have multiple sexual partners. This is a fact.
I think it's important that the ladies watching this, men watching this that are going through the hoe phase, don't feel bad about your hoe phase, but also don't let it be a crutch. Don't let it be.
Eli from Jersey says her man must be Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolate. Head and hand. I'm gonna have to get to him. Guys, I'm sorry.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do they say? What do this say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth?
She fit in, and you know he was a simp. Fucking simp, man. Great reference, Eli. Quabo says, that's like saying the doctor tells you you're allergic to chocolate and you don't believe him, so you eat chocolate just to find out that he is correct or he's right.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do the truth? What do this say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth?
Hey man, check. I fuck with y'all. Y'all telling the truth tonight.
Feel bad about your hoe phase, but also don't let it be a crutch. Don't let it be the reason why you don't grow, because I'm very big on who you allow in your space and in your environment will totally influence you as a person. So if long term you want marriage, want to have that special person, at some point you cannot allow your hoe phase to be a crutch and just say, well, this is just what I'm doing, knowing in the back of your mind what you really want. You're not going to get it. There's some point where you have to look at what you're doing and how you're moving and understand that other people see that, other people recognize that. And a man is so smart when it comes to looking at a woman and knowing what that woman's potential, worth, value is. So if he looks at you and he can tell that this isn't a phase, it's just how you move, and there's nothing that he can look at beyond that. Where do we go?
Fucking mother bloody fuck bitch.
That was bad advice. If a man knows that your history is being a hoe, that's enough evidence for us not to want to wife you. Not the fact that you got your exploratory phase. Only lames and simps be like, oh, I understand you, queen. You were just finding yourself. If I know you had sex with this guy, that guy, and I know you was going on yacht parties and doing this and doing that, I ain't gonna want to wife you. Ain't no way I'm gonna want to wife you. And most men think like that. I ain't gonna want to wife you, but she's trying to convert womanese to male understanding by saying that a man would accept her if he understands it's not, her being it was just a phase. So we're supposed to understand your whole. No, use a hoe. I don't want to wife you. Point blank, period. That's it. Point blank, period. Don't try to change the definition for men. Stop trying to speak for men. You got women on the platform. Speak for women, not men, because we do not agree with what the fuck you talking about right now.
Is. So if he looks at you and he can tell that this isn't a phase, it's just how you move, and there's nothing that he can look at beyond that. Where do we go from here? So enjoy your whole phase. Don't feel bad when you're going through it, but also don't get too comfortable, because you will stay there. And I mean, you'll look and years will go by.
It's the word you brought up, intentional.
Yeah.
Intentional. So, okay, you've gone from the one piece of chocolate and you decide that wasn't yours. Before you find the next piece of chocolate, what are you doing between that time? And we've talked about this on prior episodes. You're working on yourself.
Yes.
You're using that time to reflect.
Yes.
We talked about meditating,
Yep.
finding out how you clear your brain.
Yep.
You're exercising if that's your jam.
Yep.
If you're traveling if that's your thing. You take the time before, hey, I want to try this next piece of chocolate.
Shaving, waxing, and clinical laser are officially out. Soft, ingrown, free.
That's for me. I'm gonna explore this a little bit more.
And also to that point, I think because I was in my hoe phase for quite some time, toward the latter end of my phase, when I was really ready to start to make that transition, I realized about myself that in my hoe phase, I developed a lot of traumas.
Wow.
And so in order for me, I knew I wanted to do better. In order for me to get to a better place, I really had to sit down and identify my traumas that I had developed or that I had prior to going into my hoe phase. Like I had mentioned, I started this when I was 16. I'm still a fucking kid. No 16-year-old should have been doing what I was doing, getting tatted, doing drugs, drinking, hanging around drug dealers. Like,
your mom doesn't watch this, does she?
No, thank God.
But
she knows. Like when I was 16, 17, I had a boyfriend. His name was Hollywood. He went to jail. He was pushing quite a bit. And my mom knew about him. She actually hired a private investigator. I swear to God.
You go, Mom.
Because she was so concerned.
Not playing.
Because she was so concerned about me. But my parents knew who I was. And when I was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Like I was getting tatted. I was very, very rebellious. But because of that, at such a young age, I had traumas and I kind of carried that through my whole phase. And I'm not saying that my whole phase was as a result of my traumas. I think that parts of it was. But when I was ready to get out of that phase, I really had to do my meditation. I had to sit down and reflect of what came out of this and what I want to leave behind and what do I want to bring with me forward.
I think it's a really good idea to, if you go through your hoe phase, to follow that up with a healing phase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you're in a hoe phase, you're not working through the things that you need to work on. You're just kind of suppressing them and having a good time and just living life. And so if you go directly from that to jumping right into a relationship, there's going to be a lot of problems that arise. And that man or woman is going to have to be very patient with you because you didn't go through the healing of what your last relationship or prior relationships put you through. So, okay, step 1, hoe phase. Step 2, heal phase. Step 3.
So go see episode 1, healing from your past trauma.
Yes. AKA go hurt yourself. Go heal yourself and then bring your broken self to other people. Go to somebody back. What she's essentially telling you guys is she wants you to accept a running back who's willing to break his leg and come back as an injured running back and say, hey, take me as I am. That's what she's saying. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
A good time and just living life. And so if you go directly from that to jumping right into a relationship, there's going to be a lot of problems that arise. And that man or woman is going to have to be very patient with you because you didn't go through the healing of what your last relationship or prior relationships put you through. So, okay, step 1, hoe phase. Step 2, heal phase. Step 3.
So go see episode 1, healing from your past trauma.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you have to. And I just think.
Why do you have? No, you don't have to, ladies. You don't have to go through a step 1 hoe phase, step 2 healing phase. Why would you incentivize yourself to hurt yourself just to go heal yourself and then blame a man or tell a man that's what I needed to go through so I know that I wanted to deal with you?
Stop it. You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
You have to. And I just think it works in tandem. It works in tandem. Like you you're gonna get stuck in step 1 if you don't start thinking about step 2, or doing it at the same time.
And you typically know when you're ready to go to step 2.
I
felt
feel
it.
it.
I knew.
You feel it.
I knew.
You feel it, but it's that word you brought up, intentional. You have to be so intentional during this time. Just as intentional as possible you can be during this time. And if you're intentional about just having sex, be intentional about it. Be safe.
Be safe, y'all.
Be
For
safe.
real,
Be
safe.
intentional about it, but be intentional with the person you're having it with. And that's Cece's point. Like, if they're wanting a relationship and they want it with you, you need to be intentional about letting them know. Like, I am not in that space mentally and emotionally. However, I'm enjoying my time with you.
No, but when Cece brought that up, she was talking about the man that didn't want to have a relationship with her. So she had to fill the void up, keep fucking that dude, and find the simp to fill that other part that women biologically, psychologically have to fill up, that men don't have to fill up. Cut it out.
That word intentional is very important in all of these.
I think a good topic to end on is talking about all of the negative things that can come from a hoe phase, or like what things to really look out for.
Let's see if they give y'all some advice right here.
Sex.
Yeah.
There's STDs. There's babies. There's emotional ties that you might think you're on a hoe phase, and you slip up and you have sex with somebody, and now your emotions are caught up, and it's two people who are on the same phase, but now you're feeling differently, and you're feeling like you don't have value or worth because that person doesn't want to accept you, even though y'all both were on the same journey, and you just changed up because you got caught up in your feelings. And for a lot of women, we could do that. I know for sure the moment I have sex with somebody, I'm like, so you my man? Like, I don't, I'm not able
I wasn't
to.
like that. I was not like that.
Well, I just never really, even during my hoe phase, I had a one night stand situation and never talked to him again because I was so embarrassed that I had sex within such a short time frame of knowing him. I was like, oh God, I'm just gonna fall off the face of the earth because he's probably like, she's a hoe. Like, I just had this mindset around it. But so you just got to know the type of girl that you are. Like, are you a CC? Are you a Brie? Are you an Angela? Because all of us we're different. So it's, how do you know how to protect yourself? Not just protecting your goods, but protecting your heart, because that will mess a girl up. Don't fall for the wrong dude in your hoe phase.
I think that's the worst. We kind of touched.
How about not going through a whole phase so you can protect yourself, period? Do you see how dumb these bitches sound, man?
On it, the men versus women in these phases. And if you just want to get downright fundamental, like with our bodies, women can get pregnant. Men can't get pregnant. Women can get pregnant. And
which makes it worse for the man, because if a man gets
it makes it worse for the woman because you could bear more responsibility. Stop it, man. This one in the middle was a dumb 304, bro.
Women can get pregnant. Men can't get pregnant. Women can get pregnant. And
which makes it worse for the man, because if a man gets a woman pregnant, it's her choice what she's gonna do with that baby.
Oh, yes, we see all the time.
The option.
You know what? In that case, you're right, because you're gonna weaponize that child, but it makes it worse for you because you're mismanaging your vagina. Do you see how they don't even look at it that way? They still throw it on the man. It's worse for you because if I get pregnant as a woman, what she's saying, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You don't have control of nothing. I'm going to have this baby. I'm going to put you on child support. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I love what she just said just now. She exposed it, not me. I mean, I did before in another video, but y'all hate me for that.
Which makes it worse for the man, because if a man gets a woman pregnant, it's her choice what she's gonna do with that baby.
Oh, yes, we see all the time.
Have the option of choosing, but keep going. I didn't mean to cut
I
you
was
off.
gonna say that.
Hey, do you ever walk into a room and completely forget why you're there?
At the
of choosing, but keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say that at the end of the day, women, we get pregnant.
Yeah.
If we decide to keep a baby and the man is not part, does not want to be part of that decision. Ooh, I see the eyes.
Girl.
You know, we are saddled with a child at the end of it. And I think that's a big like difference between the men and the women. There's men out there who are going to be there,
And
but there's still men out there who are not.
Being a single mother is no fucking
not a joke.
joke.
It's not a joke. And I don't know about it. I don't know
Me
about it because I'm
neither.
not a single mother. So
Being a mother with a supportive husband is no fucking joke.
Right.
Being
So
a single mother.
I just, shout out to every single mom
Oh,
out
yes,
there.
y'all. We see y'all think like.
So take away responsibility from the woman, right? You fucking men in your whole stage that don't want to marry you, don't want to have kids with you, but you're the victim when you keep fucking him and you get his goddamn baby. And now all of a sudden, postpartum, woman this, woman
You don't find
that.
that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
These women are fucking ridiculous. We got misanthropist. Hold on, let me try to read this. Misanthropic says it's odd to feel entitled to whole phase or celebrate as part of self-development. That's cult level brainwashing. I almost feel sorry for women with this mentality. No, absolutely correct, bro. Like it's crazy how they think this is just like normal, and they can explain themselves away. This is some fucking ritualistic thinking. You hear what I'm saying? Eli says their faces light up bragging about abortion and having that choice. Also says abortions is like a sex ritual to them. Oh yeah, it is. That shit is crazy. Misanthropic says this is women trying to emasculate male behavior. They claim or emulate male behavior. I'm sorry. They claim to hate womanizers / players, yet they often are happy to mess with players, and now they want to be players. Yeah, they want to be the very men that they don't like. Okay.
Being a mother with a supportive husband is no fucking joke.
Right.
Being
So
a single mother.
I just, shout out to every men out there who are going to be there.
And
but there's still men out there who are not.
Being a single mother is no fucking
not a joke.
joke.
It's not a joke. And I don't know about it. I don't know about it because I'm not a single mother. So
being a mother with a supportive husband is no fucking joke.
And if being a single mother is no fucking joke, wouldn't the whole phase be no fucking joke as well, you fucking stupid bitch?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
So if you're incentivized to have a whole stage, wouldn't you be incentivized to being delusional and bringing yourself into being a single mother? Preserve yourself. Do the right things that will, bring you to a route that will avoid you from being a single mother. And the whole stage is not one of those.
Right,
Being a single mother.
I just, shout out to every single mom out
yes,
there.
y'all. We see y'all think like, keep doing what you're doing, sis. We are here to support you.
I love you, mom. Yes. Oh, yes. It's that is something that could be a con. It could be a pro. You have a beautiful child that comes from the situation. But as a woman, at the end of the day, men cannot get pregnant.
And it's also
Women
like
can.
a reminder too, like if you do have a kid out of a situation like that and the father isn't around, it's a reminder every day that you see that baby.
A reminder
that,
when you see that little baby.
You were uncautious.
You made a bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the STDs that don't go away. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big thing. And that's a man and a woman problem, obviously.
Yeah.
So, But again, you brought up emotions. I'm not a man, so I can't express how that would feel on a man's side during this phase, and having sex with someone and feeling a certain emotion.
And I'm glad you said that, because I'm tired of y'all comparing yourselves to men with the whole phase. But now you're admitting the truth and saying you can't express how a man would feel in this situation.
It's big, baby.
Only reason why she did that is because of the children. Women think that the children belong to them. So they weaponize the child and say, oh, yeah, I birthed the child. I love this child, blah, 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 this and that. The man, I don't need the man. This is my child. Like, cut it up.
Express how that would feel on a man's side during this phase, and having sex with someone and feeling a certain emotion during that. I know men are, and they're getting better in this day and age, but they're taught to handle their emotions differently than women. So I'm
Thank you. Damn, Cece, you have a very strong
I know
blow.
for an
wall.
asthmatic, I actually think I have pretty good lungs.
For those of you who are not watching us, you're listening. I just did a hand fan because I'm hot, and Cece from the right side of the room.
Thing is, I felt that. I felt the
Did she
air while I
hold
was
me down?
mid-thought,
Great.
and I was just
That's
like,
great.
what's going on?
We need to turn on the AC.
We saved Bree. We saved Bree's eye. Is that what we did? I don't even know where I was going. All I was saying, I think what I was saying is that, women emotionally, when we have sex, I know personally me, you can get really, really messed up. Like you can get really messed up. You can get really attached. And I know there's times where you don't. I know there's women who don't at all, or they was that the finger?
That was that it would be me. The only man has been my husband.
Yeah.
And no, there's been 2 others, but fuck them.
Yeah. So I mean, of course,
The lie
like
detector determined
during my
that was a lie.
phase, I did have sex with people, and I didn't get attached to all of them. And so I met my husband and got attached to him. However, before that, I would get attached to people. So, it's just, I don't know how it happens with a man in sex, but with us, that can be a total con.
For sure.
Yeah. And it would be nice to see in the comments the man's thoughts on that.
Yes. Fellas?
Yeah, let us know how that feels when
recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where you're
mid? And it will be nice to see in the comments the man's thoughts on that.
Yes. Fellas?
Yeah, let us know how that feels when do men get attached in the way
They
that
absolutely
women
do. I've had it happen.
Yeah,
to
I was
me.
gonna say, I don't think it's a man and woman thing. I think
it's a human.
I think it's a human thing. Yeah, it's like some girls are cutthroat, some
Yep.
dudes are cutthroat, some dudes are feely all up in their emotions. Some girls are overly attached. It's like it just depends on the person, and also depends on where they are and like why they're in that phase. Because
I was just about to say that it might be the time in their life.
Yeah.
Men operate life. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Man, oh man, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear the delusion?
Oh man, yes I do, bro. Man, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. And you see, and again, I said this earlier, you can see why these minor women are alone, because a lot of things you hit a good point. A lot of these minor women can't pair bond when they deal with different men like that. And on top of that, they expect you as the good man to be the cleanup man and the therapist and everything else to help them get back, the emotions or whatnot. And if you don't get them to that emotional state to where they're happy or whatnot, they're gonna call you an F-boy. They're gonna put you a part of that trauma. They're gonna lie about you and do all that type of stuff. So that's another reason why you can't deal with these women that deal with like 3 or 4 phase, because their attitude, they're mentally unhinged.
And what you just said, what dictates their attitude is the so-called experience that they say they have. So it's like, oh yeah, I learned myself. I know what I want. No, you learned how to deflect a man. You learned how not to deal with a man.
And it's unfortunate because even if they get into a relationship, marriage, there's gonna be one day they're gonna be like, oh, I'm bored. I don't like this guy. He's doing something that I don't like. Okay, divorce. You're gonna break up a family. Single motherhood, all that type of stuff. It doesn't matter because you don't even know in a few years' time, these women that talking about they're married, is they still gonna be married to the same husband in the next few years.
Let's continue. Almost done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you said a man is ready and he meets a woman that's not.
Yeah.
How does that pan out?
Yep. Right.
So, I mean, we're talking about this because we're talking about the negatives of the hoe phase. So that could be a negative for a man.
Yeah.
We know our negatives. Obviously, one is, which not much.
No, it's a negative for you, dumb bitch. When you in your whole phase and you meet a man that's ready to lock down and you too busy fucking and sucking and going on hot girl summers, you're gonna regret that shit. You're gonna want to go back to that dude. Whereas that dude is gonna find somebody else younger than your dumb ass with a better mind state, and he can be able to pair bond with that woman because we age like wine. You see, they make it seem as though we hit the wall like they do. They make it seem as though we are in a whole phase like they are. What do I mean by whole phase, guys? Let's extract it again. These women are able to have sex with multitudes of dudes, and they will meet a plethora of men that are good for them, that are right for them. Killer Kawabo, that's on point for them. And guess what they do? They pass him up because they in their whole phase. How many men get to do that?
Not many.
How many men get to do that?
Men barely get a 3 or 4 phase in the first place.
Right. So when they're
look, right?
Real quick, when they done with their fucking whole phase, like these two bitches, what do? They find a simp that's going to lock them in. We know they simps because what these bitches talking about. The one on the left just said that she had a child with this simp, and before they got married, she went on the bachelorette party. God knows what the fuck happened on that fucking bachelorette party.
You don't find that
God
suspicious.
God knows. But how many of y'all men get to do that? Go ahead, Killer Kawabo.
And it seems like they don't think about like image. They never think about like the image that brings to them and their family. Like, for example, like a lot of these kids that have to deal with mothers that have OS, the kids that are being made fun of in school and stuff, and the kids got to deal with that. The kids got to deal with because the kids are, like I said, the kids are cruel. They don't care about being nice to people. So they're gonna tell the truth. They're gonna make fun of you if they find out your mom's on OS or your mom's a 304.
They don't care about that though, Killer Kawabo. Exploratory stage.
Right. They care about doing themselves, doing them. They care about all that other crap, but they don't care about how that's going to affect everybody else. And these modern women, they don't. Again, it just goes to show that they're selfish because they don't think that them being a 3 or 4 is going to affect everybody else, and they don't even realize that there's some men that might get jealous. Let's just say she in a 3 or 4 stage. She met a good dude that she was with, smashing for a good while. She leaves him for a good guy, and then that dude is jealous. The dude is jealous. He might try to go after the good guy just because he's there. He wants to be with this. He wants to be with a chick, and she don't think like, okay, I dealt with so many different dudes. You don't realize that maybe that one dude that was super jealous might come after me and my family. It's because I made a mistake sleeping with him. These modern women don't think that their promiscuity is just all about them and feeling good. No, it's more than that. It's the reason why we shame 3 or 4s. They just don't get it.
No, totally facts, totally facts. And they don't understand how detrimental the lifestyle that they live. Hold on, yeah, they don't understand how detrimental the lifestyle that they live is outside, in words, etc., etc. So you guys are risking people that that want to make sure they have their children, you know, with the correct DNA, and then you also risking a man's freedom and a man's livelihood. I just did a whole face video the other day, and a woman was talking about her inviting somebody who was, you know, who had good D to her crib while she was with one of the main guys that she claimed was showing her all the shit that she needed to see for her to wife him up or, you know, be locked in. So it's like, you know, the 304 stage is very dangerous. And I don't know if you fucking bitches, and I'm gonna call y'all what y'all is. I don't know if y'all bitches understand how dangerous it is because y'all having so much fun. You call it exploring yourself. You call it this and that. You put dandelions on it, but people are getting killed behind it. Children are being raised out of wedlock behind it. Generations are being fucked up behind it, and women are being tainted behind all of this fucking bull crap that you bitches are perpetuating.
The truth hits big, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's getting wild, man. It's getting wild.
Might not necessarily be a negative, but you can get pregnant. STDs are on both sides. The attachment that could happen. Anything else?
STDs are mainly on women's side, okay, guys? STDs are
It's big, baby.
you know, of course it's on both sides, but women are the ones that are passing it around more frequently, and they have a higher percentage of having STDs. Let's debate that if you want to play with me.
The attachment that could happen. Anything else?
No, that's it for me. No other negatives when it comes to a whole
I would say the main negative that I would think of is that
no
it's
other
almost
negatives.
like
They don't want to talk about the negative, Quabo.
Right.
They don't want to talk
They don't want
about
to talk
it.
about
They
what
like,
we
oh
just talked
shit,
about.
yeah, we about to go in deep waters. No other negatives is good. We don't want to talk about it no more because it's gonna outweigh all the bullshit that they just talked about.
Yep, exactly. Because they're trying to make being in the 304 positive the whole time. Or you can do this, you know what you want, but then they won't realize the negatives are huge negatives. Of course, you could be a single mother, which nowadays is more prevalent, and it's not easy for a woman. First of all, it's not easy for a woman to navigate this society by herself in the first place. And imagine she got to take care of a child by herself. And I said this in the video because there was that one video with that dude that had 7 baby moms. Men nowadays are not obligated to take care of a woman and her child anymore. We're not obligated to do that. We're in a topsy-turvy world where now nobody wants to be committed, nobody wants to be married. Women don't want to be. Women are not obligated to marry and be with men. That's fine. It works the other way around as well. That's what women don't realize.
Right.
So now more of these women are being overwhelmed. They're losing their mind. They're being unhinged because they wanted to have a 304 phase and they made a mistake. They think it's all going to be like they're going to be like Sweetie or what's her name, Cardi B. But then they realize no, they're gonna have a rough. They're depressed. They're sad. They barely have any money.
The truth.
They
It's
talking about
big,
looking
baby.
for love, all that type of stuff, and then it passes down to their daughters, and it continues the same cycle. Because I know y'all said this before, and I said it as well. This 304 phase is a generational curse. These young girls see that in their moms, and then they do the same thing. And it gets even harder for them. So now the grandmother has to help the daughter take care of the granddaughter.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
And the cycle goes on and on, on and on.
like putting on a blocker to like really what you want out of life. It's almost like kind of putting you stagnant a little bit, because if you are just careless and you're just doing whatever, again, you're not being intentional about what you ultimately want. And you could end up getting distracted by so many people, because sometimes it's
That's what
easier
it's
to deal with
called.
one person than it is 10. You know, like how do you keep 10
That is
people
talent.
straight?
To people
Like,
who do that is talent. I don't know how
it's-
you.
if you're
Was that
exploring
CC at one
like
point?
that,
Yeah, for sure.
it's time
But
consuming.
it is, but it isn't, right? Because I wasn't giving each of them
I was
the
gonna say,
same,
is your phone
the same
super
amount.
lit?
It
Like-
is, but I wasn't giving each of them the same amount of effort. And
Yeah.
also, back to you need to communicate your intentions. They
have low expectations.
Low expectations. They're like they know I will get back to them when I can, and but whenever I'm
AKA, they know whenever I'm trying to fuck, it's gonna happen.
The truth hits big, baby.
Don't let these fucking ladies fool you guys. I'm here to bring y'all the whole stages so that y'all understand the mind state of the bitch you wifing right now, the bitch you taking out on a date, the bitch you pursuing right now, and she acting this and that way. I'm here to break down her behavior for you.
The truth hits big, baby.
You heard me? There they go. Sneak dissing males, stoicism. This is a gaslight. They hate emotional men. They love dangerous men, but they hate emotional men. That's a fucking fact. This is Miso says again, or Misan says again, bitch on her left got an onk symbol in between her titties. Bitch ain't hotel, bitch ain't spiritual, bitch ain't conscious. I swear to God, I called it out. So for that, I'm gonna give you that.
Told the truth.
What do they say? What do this say? What do this say? What do this say? Is this not the truth? Have I not been saying this? Did y'all not see this? What does it say? Didn't he just read it? Right, exactly. Haven't I been telling the truth? What do this say? Is this saying that I'm up here lying to you?
Bitch got the whole onk on her fucking titties, knowing goddamn well she a fucking 304. Eli from Jersey says she feels some type of way about the negatives because she to have been, or she's have been in the clinic after her baby was feeling funny. Okay. Typo. We got it. Let's continue. We almost done with this. The 304. We almost done with these bitches.
around, it's always gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
All right. Like they know I will get back to them when I can, and but whenever I'm around, it's always gonna be a good time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we covered what a hoe phase is, when it's appropriate to go through it. The men.
What you say, Quabble?
So we already know that she's gonna be a good time. We can already tell.
Facts only.
Versus women differences. Heard what a hoe phase is. That makes sense. All right, so we covered what a hoe phase is, when it's appropriate to go through it, the men versus women differences, and our
Pros and
own
cons.
experiences.
Y'all did not cover that, but go ahead.
And pros and cons. I think we kinda
Literally,
covered
y'all
it.
did not fucking cover that.
I was
And
about to say,
the
like,
video is
no,
called "Is a
that.
Hoe Phase Necessary?" What the fuck y'all mean? Why did y'all bring up men versus women? Like, what did that? Y'all didn't cover nothing. The only thing I heard was y'all trying to make it sound good.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to put dandelions on shit. It still smells stink, and we see what's up under them dandelions.
Differences and our
Pros and
own
cons.
experiences and pros and cons. I think we
Yeah.
kind of covered it, ladies.
It would be really cool to hear what people think in the comments.
Yeah,
for sure.
make sure we read your comments, guys, and they are very helpful. Let us know like what other topics you want.
And this one in the middle, she's just trying to show her ass the whole time.
Yep.
She's just trying to show her butt and trying to look attractive.
And hear about. Let us know what your opinions are on quote unquote.
Shut up, man. We done with y'all. We fucking done with y'all. Whole phase part 22, man.
I mean, again, like that's why I don't listen to women with dating advice because they give the worst dating advice, especially to these minor women, and then these minor women wonder why they can't find no good man because good men are avoiding women like this. We know, especially now with the internet, we know what we get from dealing with a 304. We can get cheated on. We can get a baby not being raised by us or not being ours or whatever. We raising another man's baby. We could get chaos. We can see another man could come out of nowhere and then try to take us out. It's too many. It's too many. What's it called? Problems that could arise.
Right. It's too much liabilities that come with it. And just to piggyback off what you said, these bitches think it's there's a benefit for men when it comes to their 304 stage. There ain't no benefit for us. It's straight liabilities from relationship, psychology, children, etc., etc. You guys bring crap. You guys bring dirt to a building that we trying to build. We can't build it with dirt, baby girl. Yeah.
Yeah, they act like being a 304 is going to make them better wives. It's really not. They're going to have a high expectation, and then when they get bored, because people don't like to realize that marriage is boring. Like you're not flying to different trips every week in a real marriage. Like
nature is boring. Everything in nature is boring. You plant a seed, it's fucking boring. You got to watch it grow. You got to do this and do that.
Yep.
But it turns out beautiful when you take the time and the patience, which is what these women don't want to do.
They don't want to put the work in. They just want to be easy. They want it to be fun. They want it to feel good and feel bliss every time. They don't work like that.
And the easiest thing in the fucking world, ma'am, is to open your legs and let a man fuck you. That's easy.
And like you said before, OKL.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like you said before, OKL. It's not easy for a man to get sex nowadays. Now we're living in a world where a lot of men are either a lot of like 20 or 30-year-old men are either virgins or they haven't had sex in like in a year or two. So we have to put in work. So if a man's able to, be in a quote unquote 3 or 4 phase, you put the work in order to attract that many women. Women don't have to do that. All they gotta do is go into a room and say, "Hey, who want to have sex with me?" And I bet you, like 10 dudes are gonna come out of nowhere and be like, "Hey,
Speaking of that, bro, ladies, let me give you an analogy. Your whole stage and your value is like somebody walking past a dollar bill and looking at it on the floor. He gonna pick it up. He or she's gonna pick up that fucking dollar on the ground. That's what you do with your fucking pussy. That's what you call the 304 stage. You call it finding yourself? Hell, fuck no. Somebody found you and somebody did what they wanted to do with you.
Exactly.
Am I capping right now?
Nah, you telling the truth, man. You were telling the truth.
Okay. Just want to make sure, brother. Just want to make sure.
But leave it to these modern women, bro. They're gonna be like, "Are you capping?" And then get this. As soon as they go to that whole phase, you tell them, "Oh, this whole phase not good." As soon as you tell them that, they're gonna be like, come back to you, be like, "You were right, okay, Al." What did I tell you?
Right. It's just the way you said it.
I literally had this discussion with my boys the other day. When you tell these modern women that maybe this dude is not good for you, or maybe this dude's not good for you, maybe you shouldn't do 3 or 4 phase. They don't want to listen, and then they go through it with this guy. They have the problems with the 3 or 4 phase. Then they come back to you like, "Oh, I'm sorry that this guy was like that." I was like, "Hold up, what did I tell you? I don't want to hear you feeling bad and everything like that when I told you about this before." So they always do that. They get mad. They don't want to listen. Then they go through it. Then they get mad, and then want to come complain to you, as if you want to listen to. Like when I told you no, I don't. Right. I told you shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Absolutely. Modern woman promiscuity leads to bad life choices. Ladies, I need y'all to understand that. Stop thinking because you're having sex. See, okay, ladies, all this finding yourself, exploratory stage, you're getting multiple penis. That's what we understand as men. So when you do that, I don't understand where you guys find a positive outcome in that. Stop trying to promote that. It's not what it is. Modern woman promiscuity leads to bad life choices. It doesn't need to lead to a good life choice because again, they always regret it. They always regret it. Whole Face Part 22, man. We have reached the conclusion. Men operating in reality, aka Killer Kawabo. Give us a close on what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. I gotta tell you to my man, y'all, like I usually tell y'all, man, just pray these modern women not your life, man. If you can find yourself a good, wholesome woman who checks your boxes, then go ahead and take that. But otherwise, man, focus on yourself, man. Focus on your purpose. Pray them out your life, because dealing with these type of 304s will mess up your life. And it doesn't matter if you dating them, if you just having sex with them. Dealing with a 304 will be hazardous in your life. So get them out the way altogether.
Like you said, man, purge them up out of your life, man. Stop being scared to get rid of these bitches the fuck up out of your life, all because you want pussy.
Right.
Is that shit good for you? Is it bad for you? Think about that part. Think about that part. Oh, you too horny. You too unemotionally intelligent to tell yourself that, you know what? If I fuck this bitch, that something negative might come out of that, because you're just so horny and you so uncontrolled by your mind, and you're controlled by your lower chakra, if you will. That's what the comedic community gonna say, right? Your lower chakras.
Yeah, any men that want to listen to that crap, like they want to listen to, I mean, not saying chakras are, bad or whatever, but if they put that and use that, like what's called the zodiac signs, and make it control your life, like you're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna have a rough time.
Trying to fucking tell
these
you.
modern women will use that and to explain their behavior. Oh, I'm an Aries, so I gotta drive erratic and hit people with my car just because I'm an Aries. Like,
Yeah.
Don't fall for that.
You only goddesses, man. Don't fall for that bullshit, guys. Don't fall for that bullshit, man. Modern woman promiscuity leads to bad life choices. I hope y'all seen it, man. Whole Phase Part 22, man. I appreciate everybody for joining the chat. Hit that like button, subscription, and notification bell. Shout out to Men Operating in Reality for coming on the stream. I appreciate you for being a special guest, brother. Hopefully we're gonna see you in the future again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That being said, man, y'all get the point, man. Y'all get the point, man. Listen to these tunes, and we will be back at y'all very soon.